BBC Radio Surrey. Already today in the Premier League, Manchester City have beaten Everton by 2-0, a double for Erling Haaland. In the Championship, Ipswich Town were held 2-2 by West Bromwich Albion. In the Women's FA Cup, it finished Leicester of the WSL, the top flight, 6. Birmingham City of the Championship, 2. Locally, Woking kick off at 5:30. We'll have live internet commentary and team news at around 4:30 from that one. Aldershot, a day off. They play again on Tuesday night. Live internet commentary on Aldershot at home to AFC Fylde. Dorking go to York. And Crawley at home to Walsall. We'll feature those three on Tuesday for you. But this afternoon we have 2 featured games. A third one coming from the combined counties. Alton Town against Shearwater. George Baines will follow that one. We're at League 2 up at Gristy Road. Crewe against Crawley. But our commentary game this afternoon comes from Meadowbank. It's in the National League. Dorking just above the playoffs against FC Halifax just below Dorking just above the relegation places. FC Halifax just above the playoffs. Your commentary team at Meadowbank, Bob Patworth alongside Tom Mitchell.
Thank you very much, Tim. A warm welcome here to Meadowbank as both sides just coming out the table. It was not a great Saturday last time out for Dorking Wanderers at Meadowbank. A 3-1 home defeat to Fylde. So Mark White would be hoping for a different sort of afternoon on home turf. It's going to be a tricky task against FC Halifax Town. Although they are out of form, they are still a top 10 side in the division. So let's talk you through the lineups, of course, starting with Dorkings. They make 2 changes from their defeat last time out. In come Tony Craig and Niall McManus for Bobby Joe Taylor and Alfie Rutherford. So the lineup in falls Harrison Mayle in goal. A back 3 of George Frankham. Tony Craig will be skipper in the side, as well as coming back into the lineup, and Hayden Hollis also joins Frankham and Craig in that back line. Onto the midfield, right wing back is Jimmy Mew with Tom Blair on the opposite side. It's the 3 in midfield, 3 in the middle of Dan Pybus, Josh Taylor and Niall McManus, with Charlie Carter supporting Jason Pryor up front. As for FC Halifax Town, well, they make 4 changes with Golden Jenkins, Thompson Summers and Oliver Bori coming into the side, with Senior, Capello, Hunter and Sunfield all coming out. So their lineup in full is Sam Johnson in goal, back 4 of Ty Jordan Keane and Ryan Galvin. Into midfield, it's Andy Oliver Bori on the left and Max Wright on the right hand side, and Kane, Thompson Summers and Jack Jenkins in the middle, with Jamie Cook and Adam George up front. The sub benches are for Dorking Wanderers, Bobby Joe Taylor, Matt Briggs, Joe Cook, Luke Moore and Dan Gallagher. And for FC Halifax Town, it's Adam Senior's come out the lineup, as well as Jack Hunt, as I mentioned, also come out that start lineup, and Jack Evans, Aaron Cosgrave and Tom Wilson are also on the bench. The man to my right up in the press box this afternoon at Meadowbank is Bob Patworth. Bob, this is a big game for Dorking to get back to winning ways.
Absolutely, yeah. They're facing a team that aren't in the best of form. They've at the last 6 games, Halifax have only got 2 points out of those, and they've lost the last 2 as well. The most recent was against a team they should have won when they're at home. But the thing is, if we go back 12 months when these 2 teams played, it ended in a 0-0 draw. Hopefully we won't have a repeat of that game, where it was pretty much a game to forget. But this season on the road, Halifax haven't done too badly in this neck of the woods. They won at Woking early this season, and they won at Woking but lost at Aldershot. So Surrey and North East Hampshire has mixed fortunes for them this year. Hopefully they won't complete the set by drawing this afternoon, and it will be a Dorking victory we'll be celebrating come 5 o'clock.
Yeah, and they were defeated by Aldershot last week, and also defeated by Solihull Moors 3-1 in midweek. So we're all ready to get underway here at Meadowbank. Dorking Wanderers shooting from right to left, and you're listening to Saturday Sport on BBC Radio Surrey. Featured game here is Dorking Wanderers against FC Halifax Town. We'll be also checking on how things are going. Team Crewe and Crawley, and Alton Town versus Shearwater. So Dorking with Josh Taylor in the middle, just waiting for the referee Elliot Swallow to blow his whistle, and we are underway here at Meadowbank. Ball play back from Josh Taylor to Dan Pybus, swings out to the right hand side. Hewitt's header bounces infield. Josh Taylor holds it up inside right, gives it into the feet. McManus bursting down the right hand side edge of the area. Low ball towards Pryor, and it's cleared at the near post from Jamie Stott. And Dorking let it run out for looks to be a corner kick, and that's just a start that Dorking wanted to make on the front foot in the first 30 seconds here. Really looking to lift the home supporters. So it is a corner just to complete on the right hand side. George Frankham to take. So Frankham left arm raise towards Pryor, fades everyone, and Halifax Town now chasing the ball on their right hand side. It's a good burst of pace here from Wright. Down the right hand side now, looks up. Wright now drifts in field, holds it in the middle. The Dorking half plays it back into the feet of Jenkins. That's a low cross, and Golden blocked really well from Hollis. And Dorking back in possession in front of their own area. McManus back to Pybus, clears out the box, a poor clearance. Powerful header forwards from Thompson Summers. And that's straight back with Harrison Mail. Again, already a lively start. A minute and 20 seconds gone here at Meadowbank. It's rolled short from Mail into the feet of Craig. Hit forward from Hollis towards halfway and set from Thompson Summers. Here's Jenkins making his first start for Halifax. Just pokes that to right, inside to Thompson Summers, plays it back to Golden just in front of halfway, but couldn't keep it in play. And that will be a throw to Dorking Wanderers. Well, Bob, but just a moment ago in the first 20 seconds, Dorking, that was a really good start from McManus, looking to get down the right hand side, and that's exactly what Mark White will want him to do with him come back in the side. Absolutely,
yes, but just going back to that corner, which unfortunately didn't go Dorking's way, just shows you how quick the Halifax players were to counter-attack there, specifically right down this right-hand side.
There's a ball forwards from Tyler Golden, the right back, a run through the middle from Jamie Cook, but he was miles offside. And that is a free kick to Dorking Wanderers in the centre of their half. It was probably one of the easiest decisions that the linesman's going to give all day. So free kick be taken for Dorking Wanderers. Just a few yards behind the halfway line. It's just left now from Pybus to Frankham to take. So just over 2.5 minutes gone here at Meadowbank. Dorking Wanderers have a free kick. Goalless here. Frankham's free kick headed away from Stott, just in front of the Halifax area. Back with Dorking. It's a poor touch there from McManus. About 10 yards into the Halifax Town half on the far side. Just came off his right foot. Just didn't get that control right at all. And Ryan Galvin, Halifax to take the throw. George Adam making some good movement close by, just in front of halfway. Halifax Town there, great away strip, throw taken, flick on from Adan. That's well cleared away from Craig, and now is Dorking Wanderers in the centre circle with Pryor. Pryor plays it back, being pressurised from Thompson Summers. Thompson Summers did get his toe end on the ball when he made the tackle on Pryor. Trickled out for a Dorking throw, midway inside their half for Hayden Hollis to take. So, throw taken from Hollis. And long ball forwards from Halifax Town. That's right towards Cook. Cook in the box. Cook squares it. That's an easy tap in for Oliver Borey. And Dorking Wanderers completely caught out with a long ball over the top down the right hand side. And Oliver Borey had the simple task of slotting in Bob. Not the start Dorking wanted at all.
No, not at all. The defence of Dorking there were really asleep there, not catching their strike down the right-hand wing. And then the cross was quite simple, evaded Harrison Mail, and an easy tap in there for Oluwabo to score his first goal of the season for Halifax Town.
And it was really poor defending there from Dorking Wanderers. 4.5 minutes in. And just a simple ball over the top. Offside trap broken. Cook squared it for Oliver Borey in the middle to slot home for Halifax Town. By it's half time in the Six Nations. Scotland 13, France 10. So Dorking back underway now. Long ball forwards from Pybus and flicked out from right for a Dorking throw. And not the start that Mark White wanted at all. Dorking really need to get on the front foot, make a quick response. Josh Taylor to take the throw in the attacking third on the near side. So let's see, one of his trademark long throws can cause some chaos. Taylor's throw towards a 6-yard area. Halifax head away, falls here to Pybus. Squares it to Taylor, back inside to Pybus, 25 yards from goal. Whips it into the box, bounces towards the back stick, and did it come off Mewett or Thompson Summers last? The referee awards a corner kick to the Dorking Wanderers. Already the sense that atmosphere just gone flat here at Meadowbank. Over 5.5 minutes gone. FC Halifax Town lead by a 1-0. It was unselfish of Jamie Cook to square it to Andy Olowobori in the box to tap home for the visitors. Corner kick for Frankham to take from the right hand side. Headed away from Jenkins, bounces in the centre of the Dorking half. Well held up here by George Adan. Long ball towards right. Well collected there from Mewett. Now hits it just over halfway to McManus. In the centre of the Halifax half with Carter. Carter heavy touch. He's looking to peel out to the right hand side. Now here come Halifax with the goal scorer Olowobori. Tricky three. Dancing through the centre, puts it through Alexa Pybus, beats 3 Dorking players. Olowobori attempted his second goal, and I'll tell you what, that low strike wasn't too far off from finding Harrison Mayle's bottom right-hand corner. Bob, that was excellent work there from the Halifax left wingers. Clearly their stand-up players so far.
Absolutely, he just cut through the Dorking defence like a hot knife through butter. I mean, he just couldn't. None of the Dorking players could get anywhere near him, and of course, as I say, his shot there was just inches wide of being the wrong side of the upright as far as Dorking was concerned.
Carter heavy touch. He just took it in field from the right side. Jenkins plays it back to Sam Johnson, Halifax skipper. Plays it just over halfway. A powerful header from Hollis towards inside right channel. That's a poor touch there from Galvin. Pryor though can't get it off, and Galvin goes back in his own area and then plays it out the 18-yard box to Jenkins. Hits it towards the centre circle where Cook plays it back to Golden. Golden inside to Thompson Summers. Nice take on the half turn. Has a bit of space to hit this forwards towards the left-hand side. Over the top of Frankham for a second, but Olowobori didn't continue his running behind, so Frankham collects the ball, clears towards halfway, controlled the left foot of Thompson Summers. And Galvin plays that back to Keane. Now it's with the Halifax keeper, Sam Johnson. Long ball forwards and headed away there from McManus. Here comes centre. Blair edge of the box now into the area. Blair shot just wide of the target. And that was a good opportunity there for Dorking Wanderers. Lovely feat for Tom Blair, just dragged his shot wide. Let's get an update from the Crewe Crawley game with Gary Smith.
Yeah, we've played just over 10 minutes here. Crawley have a man down, just receiving a wee bit of treatment. It has all been the home side so far in terms of possession. They've already forced 2 corners. The referee just having a little bit of a word with their number 21 after a strong tackle, like I say, on Clyde Loros that leads to a free kick for Crawley, but maybe a little bit of decent refereeing, allowing the player to go away without showing any sort of card. Crawley will have a free kick. They haven't really shown anything in the attacking third at the moment. They've thwarted everything that Crewe have thrown at them, and we are goalless. Crewe 0, Crawley Town 0.
Wide. Thank you very much, Gary. As Halifax Town had the ball just over halfway, poor pass from Olowobori. Now played back to Mewett, down the right flank towards Carter, hooked away from Stott, just comes off Galvin. The Dorking Wanderers throw in the attacking third on the far side. Well, Bob, a moment ago, that was really good work from Tom Blair to get into the box, just dragged his shot wide.
Yeah, to be fair though, Sam Johnson, the goalkeeper for Halifax, obviously had it covered. He knew that it was going wide, but yeah, certainly promising following that knee jerk reaction of Halifax going out the other end and scoring.
Long throw from Josh Taylor, headed away from Stott. Now flicked from Hollis just behind him. Cook heavy touch in the centre. Mewett now leaves it for Hollis. Hollis just behind the D, lifts it towards Blair, making that run towards the ball edge of the area, holds it up. Blair turns, puts in the right foot across. That's well headed away there from Keane, drops to Cook. That's a lovely touch from Cook to turn away from McManus. Now here come Halifax, just over halfway with Max Wright. Wright getting down the flank, gets away from Frankham. Wright puts in the cross, and that's headed down and away into the path of McManus. Good header down from Hollis there. Now McManus into the centre circle where Pryor plays it towards Mew. Really poor pass, easy for Ryan Galvin to read there. Just approaching the 10th minute here at Meadowbank. Dorking Wanderers 0, SC Halifax Town. The man on the ball, Andy Oluwabori. His goal separates the two sides. Oluwabori plays it long. Now right lays it back to Golden, just in front of halfway. Thompson Summers still on the halfway line, gives it to Golden. Now it's in the centre circle. Time on the ball here for Jenkins. Jenkins moving out towards the left-hand side for the visitors. Squares it to Galvin. Galvin drives in field. Galvin gets away from Mute. Mute makes the challenge. Galvin gets in the box. Now squares it for Oluwabori. Deflected shot over the bar. And Halifax well on top here at Meadowbank. They're in search of that second goal. And Oluwabori wasn't too far from getting his second, Bob, if it wasn't for that block.
Absolutely. And the thing is, Dorking are just giving Halifax just too much time on the ball. They're not, they're happy to sit back and let them attack. Whereas if it's down the other end, Halifax are well prepared to defend in numbers and actually get in there and try and recover the ball. But Dorking are quite happy just to sit back and let them come at them. And so far it's been a bit too dangerous.
Thompson Summers delivers the corner from the right hand side, headed away from Frankham, falls to Oluwabori, inside left, just over 30 yards and goal, plays at the outside of his right foot. Now Halifax in the box, low ball from the centre back, Staunton to the 6-yard area, cleared away at the near post from Jason Pryor for another Halifax corner. So Halifax to take the corner here on the left hand side for Tyler Golden. And Golden now just coming across towards the corner flag. Does have Kane Thompson Summers available as a short option from the corner kick. So Golden still set himself here. Again, this is the last thing at Halifax the Dorking Wanderers need. You can see the second inside the first 12 minutes. A short corner into Oluwabori, plays it back towards Thompson Summers. Now in field. There is Golden on the ball, plays it back to Thompson Summers. Thompson Summers back into the centre circle to Jenkins. Jenkins forwards. That's a nice take on the half turn. Now Keane plays it forwards to Stott. Stott towards Cook, and that's a heavy touch on Cook, and back to Mail. Let's head to the Alton Town Shearwater game. George Baines to update us.
Thanks, yes, welcome back to Alton, where it's still Alton Town 0, Shearwater 0. We've just had a little break in play for one of the Shearwater defenders, receiving treatment, but he's back up on his feet, walking over to the bench. We're about to have a free kick for Alton on the left-hand side, at the very left-hand side of the area. They've had, I would say, Shearwater have probably had more possession in the final third for their attack. Over to my left, getting it down the wing as the free kick comes into the 6-yard, but header headed across, but well saved. Pat Cox with the header there. Shearwater have had a few chances and things that they've tried to create down the right-hand side where they've put crosses in to not much avail. But in terms of clear-cut chances, it's been Alton. 5 minutes in, I think it was Jamie Hoppett with the header from a corner, just over the bar. Keeper wasn't too sure of it, and then also just after that, about 8 minutes in, Hoppett couldn't get his shot away, but he'd managed to wriggle in between the defenders. But it's still a lively and entertaining game as the ball just goes out down in front of me. Still at the moment, Alton Town 0, Shearwater 0.
Craig, thank you very much, George. It's Dorking Wanderers 0, FC Halifax Town 1 here. Player plays it backwards towards halfway, intercepted from George Adam George, and that was a really good interception there from Josh Taylor in the centre circle. And he's won a free kick for Dorking Wanderers. Just looking to try and settle into this game now. Again, Halifax looking very, very dangerous on the break. George Frankham, both hands on his hips, and now gives a thumbs up, ready to take this free kick, drills it with his right foot towards the penalty area. Flicked from Pryor, and the ball go out of play. There's a little foul from Pryor as well, just get through the back of Galvin. Well, 14 minutes gone here at Meadowbank. Dorking Wanderers trailed by a goal to 0. Andy Oluwabori tapping, and Bob, it's been a lacklustre start from Dorking Wanderers, and Halifax could have more than one goal.
Yeah, you have to wonder who wants to win this game more from what we've seen in this 50 minutes or so. Certainly Dorking have huffed and puffed, but really they haven't had any chances on goal to score, and then when they are up the Halifax end and they lose possession, Halifax are very quick down the flanks. They've got obviously a very young side who are obviously quite nippy, and they've obviously sussed out that Dorking's average ages are quite a lot older than their own.
Pryor long ball towards Carter. It's located inside the D. Too high though for Dorking's number 16. That's comfortably back with Sam Johnson. And the Halifax goalkeeper, all green goalkeeper kit, just telling his defence to push a little bit further up. Now launches it through the middle. Adam George knocks that just to his left for Cook. Cook slack pass back and intercepted from Pryor. And Dorking's right now. McManus back to Franken's put a long ball forwards. Carter's the only player up there, can't control it. It's played back to Sam Johnson from Thompson Summers. Again, Halifax go long through the middle. Square header from Craig to Hollis. Hollis just in front of him to Blair. Dorking still inside their own half. Blair in the middle. Back to Hollis. Left-footed first time to Mail. Just in front of the penalty spot. Now short to his right to Pybus. Pybus, ball just over halfway. Pryor can't reach it, cleared away from Stott. And then Oliver Borey caught possession from Pybus. Lifted up from Keane. Flick on inside from Oliver Borey. And a couple of his teammates are offside. So it's a chance for Craig just to comfortably play back to Mail. Inside the D, goes direct. Well dealt with from Jamie Stott, only as far as Pryor. Out on this right hand side, long diagonal from Pryor towards the penalty area, and that's a comfortable header back from Tyler Golden to the Halifax skipper Sam Johnson. Halifax very comfortable here at Meadowbank, the lead by a goal to nil inside the first 16 minutes. Just some other goals nationally by way: Chesterfield 0, Ebbsfleet 1, Dagenham Redbridge 1, Oxford City 0. So that gains with goals in the National League so far, and of course here as well at Meadowbank. Dorking Wanderers 0, SE Halifax Town 1 as George Frankham just comfortably heads the ball back to Mail. Mail rolls it to his right to Frankham. Low pass to Pryor. Back towards halfway line, flicked on, and it's comfortably cleared from Stott. Now Adam George just short pass and field to Oliver Borey. Oliver Borey inside left, just driving forwards and was caught from Noel McManus. Again, his tricky feet causing Dorking Wanderers all sorts of problems. In a real start for FC Halifax Town this afternoon. So free kick to the visitors, left to centre. I'll say this is about just under 30 yards from goal. Kane Thompson Summers, the man behind this one, is Dorking just setting up their three-man wall. So Thompson Summers lined this one up, and I'm not sure he's going to whip it in. I think he might fancy Test Harrison Mail. Well, I wouldn't be surprised if he does whip the ball in as well. Let's see what he does here. Thompson Summers goes for goal, and that dips well over the bar to the relief of all the Dorking Wanderers fans here at Meadowbank. But again, Bob, Jason Pryor just keeps drifting out to the right hand side. It doesn't seem to be any connection between him and Charlie Carter.
No, absolutely not. I mean, just that last move a moment ago, Jason was down the wing, popped the ball into the 18-yard box, but there's just no one there. It was more kind of like hope than judgment that a Dorking player, whether it be him or Blair, would end of his cross. So yeah, they don't seem to be firing on all cylinders so far this afternoon.
George Frankham heads, Ryan Galvin's thrown to the air. Now Dorking have it just run halfway. There was a foul on McManus by Thompson Summers, given by the referee. So free kick to Dorking, which Halifax Town don't want them to take quickly. Again, Oliver Borey just holds the ball up and then eventually plays it back to Frankham. Now he just lined up the free kick to be taken just behind halfway. Let's see if Dorking can cause some problems in this situation. So Frankham to slam this one forwards for Dorking Wanderers. Frankham right-footed towards the area. Bounces into the box. Blair wins the header. Control from Pryor back towards goal. Pryor can't set it up though for teammate Tony Craig, which is close by, and it's cleared away from Tyler Golden for Dorking Wanderers throw, just over midway inside the Halifax Town half. Taken from Josh Taylor. As per usual, 19 minutes on the clock here at Meadowbank. Dorking Wanderers 0, FC Halifax Town 1. Long throw from Josh Taylor. Halifax Town head it out the box. Now Halifax looking to get on the counter-attack, but good tackle from Mewett on George. Now Mewett just in front of the centre circle. Mewett being forced to play it back from George. Good pressure there. Long diagonal from McManus. Blair heads it in field. Controlled there from Jenkins. Jenkins towards right. Right, chest it in field. It's well held up there from Pybus. Now it's with Hollis. Just over halfway. Now just plays that inside to Josh Taylor. It's back to George Franklin. Let's get an update from the Crew Crawley game with Gary Smith.
Yeah, thank you. 22 minutes played here at the Mournflake Stadium. We are still goalless. It was a very, very bright start by the home side, who forced a couple of corners inside the opening exchanges. Crawley weathered the storm, though, and they have battled their way back into the game just a little bit more. We have had 3 bookings, though, in the opening 15 minutes of the game, and Crawley maybe have come the closest to a goal with a free kick after 17 minutes by Liam Kelly on the angle, fired it across towards the far corner, but it was always slightly rising and it just about cleared that apex of post and crossbar. But it's all a little bit even Steven at the moment. Crawley trying to press and play on the counter-attack, and Crewe, as you would expect from a Crewe side, trying to play the possession football and look for the breaks of top scorer Elliot Nevitt. But it's all nicely balanced. It's Crewe 0, Crawley 0, just over the halfway point of the first half.
Town half. Drilled forwards from Keane. Thank you very much, Gary. Long ball from Keane towards the box, square header and field, which Taylor collects inside. The Dean clears for Dorking up towards Pryor. Pryor knocks it down to Carter, intercepted from Jenkins. Breaks here for Frankham, plays a long ball outside of his right foot towards the right hand side, where Carter's run onto it, but it's opposite number. Jordan Keane gets across. So throw here for Jim Mewett to take. Well, I thought Mewett was going to take it quickly, but I think they'll be lining up the typical long throw from Josh Taylor. Dorking now will pack the box. Again, Halifax Town comfortably dealing with Dorking's long throws into the penalty area. As Taylor just gives the ball a quick clean. Now Taylor throws towards Pryor, headed away from Stott. Breaks back to Taylor, heads it down now for Pybus. Level with the penalty area, out the right hand side, low cross into the area, heavy touch from McManus, and cleared away from Keane. And free kick goes in the favour of Halifax, who are leading by a goal to 0, just approaching a 22nd minute here at Meadowbank. And Bob, there's not really any clear signs of things changing for Dorking. Halifax is very comfortable as it stands.
Yeah, they are. They've obviously got a very well drilled defence here, and to be fair, I mean, Halifax this season have been pretty mean when it comes to conceding goals. They don't normally kind of like concede more than 2 in a game, but obviously clearly they haven't scored, or so they haven't conceded any yet, and so far there's nothing to suggest that they will concede.
Here's Dorking on the ball with Taylor, quickly tackled from Thompson-Summers. Ball bounces down Halifax's left, clear away from Pybus, bounces over halfway. Carter flicks it on, but was out muscled from Keane, then Keane hooks it towards the Dorking area. Now Mail collects. Mail quickly rolls that into the feet of Pybus. Now Frankham, Carter plays it down the right hand side, hits it off Thompson-Summers. Dorking Wanderers' throat. Halifax sitting comfortably at the moment. It is only 1-0 to the visitors, but again, they've had all the good attacking moments so far. Throw from Frankham down the right hand side, header and field from Carter. Pryor run onto it, and it's cleared to safety from Golden. Now Cook chasing down the ball, and Mail comes out of his box and heads away very well for the Harrison Mail, and then Frankham clears that off. Adam George. And that is a throw to Dorking Wanderers just behind halfway, quickly taken from Frankham, cleared away from Galvin. Now it's with Dorking just over halfway with Josh Taylor. Nice feet. Taylor to Manus, has the ball run under his right foot though, but Manus still manages to get onto the ball before Max Wright. Played out to the left hand side, Blair drops in field and is challenged, and now Thompson-Summers, Halifax midfielder, cons away the ball. Blair works hard to get it off him, then wins the loose ball against Jenkins just in front of the centre circle. Here's Mewett inside right, driving forwards, then plays it out here to Pryor. Pryor's cross to McManus, but McManus is headed towards Blair, scuff shot, and it's turned in for Charlie Carter, and Dorking Wanderers are level. Just what Dorking needed here at Meadowbank, a real slack start, but a cross came in from Pryor from the right side. McManus's header fell to play at the back post. It was a scuff shot which wrong-footed the Halifax skipper Sam Johnson, and there was Charlie Carter inside the 6-yard area. He couldn't miss this week from that range. 1-0 here at Meadowbank.
Yeah, you took the words out of my mouth there, Tom. I was going to say he missed from 3 yards last week, but yeah, clearly this week he's made amends by putting a Dorking level. To be fair, I mean the Halifax defence were at 6s and 7s there. Just couldn't deal with the Dorking attack mode there, and well, you know, it's come a bit of a surprise perhaps, but a welcome surprise for the home fans. We're back on level terms.
That's just what Mark White needed to see. And Dorking didn't come out the traps well at all this afternoon. But one apiece here. Charlie Carter with the equaliser, and we're back underway. Jack Jenkins He's the man to get things rolling again. Long ball from Stott towards the left-hand side. 30-yard pass. That's easily headed away by Tony Craig. Great to have him back in the Dorking Wanderers back line. So you listen here to Saturday Sport on BBC Radio Surrey. Here it's Dorking Wanderers 1, FC Halifax Town 1. Oliver Borey into the feet of Wright. Just inside the area now. Plays it into Golden. Golden's cross, header wide of the target from Cook. He should have done better there, and that's a good chance at Halifax to go straight back in front. Let's get an update from the Alton Town Shearwater game with George Baines.
Thank you. Welcome back to Alton, where it is still Alton Town 0, Shearwater 0. Though we have had a few more chances for Alton actually as Shearwater at the moment on the attack. They do have it just within the left-hand side of the area. Curling shot from the number 9, but just wide of the left-hand post. Since you were last with me, it was Alton with the closest chances actually though. Again, it was a Josh Stepney corner with Jamie Hoppett heading just over, almost a carbon copy of his header 5 minutes in. That was after 21 minutes. And also Pat Cox has had a stooping header just over the bar after a long throw-in halfway inside the Shearwater half. But it is still currently also another header from a halfway line free kick from Cam Miller. So a lot of headers going in from Alton so far. But yeah, just coming up to half an hour played, Alton 0, Shearwater 0.
Selfishly laid it back there, as you say, to Blair, and really he should have buried the ball away but scuffed it wide.
Yeah, so that was a good chance for Tom Blair a moment to go for Dawkins to try and turn this game around. Just dragged his shot wide. Still one apiece at Meadowbank. Just approaching the 27th minute. Goal kick from Johnson, flicked on, being chased down there from Cook. That's good defending there from Pybus. He squares it to Hollis. Now here's Blair, midway inside the Dorking half, turns, hits over halfway for Carter to chase. Carter using his pace, gets his opposite number, Jordan Keane. Carter now left hand side of the box. Carter looks to the cutback, good slide and block from Keane. Pryor looked to be possibly tripped up inside the box. Referee isn't having any of it though. And now Max Wright has the ball, plays it back to Golden. Golden forwards, control from Oliver Borey. Inside right, just in front of halfway. Oliver Borey brought down from Pybus, and it is Halifax Town free kick. Well, Bob, did you see anything in those appeals from Jason Pryor? Thought he just went down a bit clumsily there.
I think, okay, he was going away from goal. He was trying to get the ball. I just think, gravity got the better of him, and he went down. But I don't think there was anything in it, to be fair, as far as the referee giving them a penalty.
So a free kick to Halifax. About 10 yards into the Dorking half. Inside right. Tyler Golden to take. So Golden now sets his sights on clipping it into the box. There's bright orange boots. Golden's free kick, and it's cleared backwards from Hollis, and luckily Mayle was on hand to catch that. It's nice and alert. Mayle long towards McManus. McManus chasing the ball down. He's in a foot race with Jenkins. McManus on the left hand side, edge of the area. McManus now holds off Jenkins. McManus turns away from Halifax number 28, who still can't fully get away from though. Jenkins holds off McManus. But now McManus plays it infield to Taylor. Taylor dribbles into the box. Taylor taking a bit out wide, but still has the ball left side of the area. Plays it to McManus. Low cross, easily cleared away from Keane, and now drops here to Adam George. Plays it forwards in the centre circle to his strike partner, Jamie Cook. Cook can't hang on to the ball though. Pybus dispossessed him. It's played back to Harrison Mayle. Now this crowd very well lifted it at Meadowbank after that Charlie Carter equaliser a few minutes ago. Speaking of Carter, long ball towards him, flicks it on, didn't get the greatest of contact on the ball, and it's straight back to Sam Johnson.
Certainly, I'd say, Tom, this game in the last 5 minutes has been turbocharged. There's been end-to-end stuff and no quarter given, is it?
Well, certainly. Really, really lively contest now at Meadowbank. Just what the game needed, that Charlie Carter equaliser. Johnson goes long to Oliver Borey. Head up in the air from Frankham. Oliver Borey inside left in the attacking third. Oliver Borey gets away from Frankham. Heavy touch so far. Oliver Borey play back from Craig to Mayle. Mayle clears out of his 6-yard area. Galvin heads down to the ground on the left-hand side. Header forwards and Pybus. Galvin heads up in the air again. Now Taylor goes down awkwardly after he won the header against Thompson Summers. And the referee just stops play to check how Josh Taylor is. Hopefully he will be fine, as we're just approaching the half-hour mark here at Meadowbank. Dorking Wanderers 1, FC Halifax Town 1. That's just the scores in National League at the moment, by the way. Altrincham 0, Rochdale 0, Bournemouth 0, Maidenhead 0, Chesterfield 1, Ebbsfleet 1, Dagenham and Redbridge 1, Oxford City 0, Eastleigh 0, AFC Fylde 0. It's also the same scoreline between Southend and York City. As I mentioned a moment ago, just to say it again, Dorking Wanderers 1, FC Halifax Town 1. Hit Meadowbank, half an hour played. Long ball, Harrison Mail towards Jason Pryor, floats over his head and comfortably headed back from Golden to Johnson. Let's go to the game between Crewe Alexandra and Crawley Town. Gary Smith to give you the update.
We've played 32 and a half minutes here. We're still goalless at the present time, and the two real chances that I've written down so far have both gone Crawley's way. The free kick that I told you about from Liam Kelly a few minutes ago, and then just before you joined us, Adam Campbell had a real opportunity. The ball came in from Nick Cerula on the right hand side, pinballed around the box, and courtesy of a deflection, it broke for Adam Campbell. Shot on the turn from only about 8 or 9 yards out. Really should have done a little bit better, but Davis was able to drop down to his right hand side. But we are very, very evenly matched at the present time. Crewe had the better part of the opening exchanges. Crawley crept their way back into the game, and it's all very even, Stephen. 12 minutes to go before the break, and it's goalless. Crewe 0, Crawley Town 0.
On the right hand side. Thank you very much, Gary. It's that long ball ping from Halifax is right from Golden. Couldn't find Oluwabori though. On the far side, Dorking throat. George Frankham to take. Close by to the corner flag. Frankham throws to Pryor. Pryor wins a light flick onto that come off Mewett or Galvin last. Goes in the favour of the Halifax man, Ryan Galvin. As Galvin now just set himself, has Jenkins just behind him. Now some movement close by from Alan George as well. Galvin still waiting to take the throw and eventually releases it. Far side, flick backwards for Mewett and volleyed away from Pybus towards Carter, just run halfway. Carter did well there to force the throw. He's holding off Stott, and then Stott just got his right foot on the ball, squared it out for a Dorking throw, which will be taken just in front of the halfway line. On the right, Frankham towards Pryor. Pryor heads on to Carter. Carter beating the air from Thompson Summers. Drops in field for Jenkins to clear. Nice touch from Wright, just close by to the centre circle. Now Wright down the left, and Cook thought he broke the offside trap. Thankfully, from a Dorking perspective, the flag quickly went up. Again, that was good movement there from Cook, and again, that move from Cook, that's what undid Dorking for that opening goal. So again, Mark White needs to be very wary of his defence in terms of the high line.
Absolutely, yeah. Your kind of heart is in your mouth when you see 4 Dorking players put their hand up to try and claim offside, and the linesman does nothing until eventually, about 2 or 3 seconds later, he puts his flag up, because you never know up here whether the player was offside or not. But clearly the back line all agreed that it was offside.
Free kick taken from Mail towards the area. Hollis heads up in the air, ball still inside the box. Header now falls to Carter just behind the 6-yard area. Didn't get his touch right, and Galvin clears away. It's a really good header. One, it was Craig's header, found Carter just behind the 6-yard box, but Carter just couldn't get his feet sorted out, and Ryan Galvin was on hand for Halifax to clear away in the nick of time. Good half opportunity there for Dorking Wanderers. Carter was hoping that he was going to get his second on that occasion, but just needed to get that touch right. But Dorking's still on the front foot. A throw to take over the corner of the area on the right hand side. Take from Taylor. Hollis' header deflects into the 6-yard area, but cleared away from Keane. Now Alan George holds it up on the right hand side for Halifax, inside his own half. Played back here to Galvin. Now Galvin long towards George. Flick forwards from Mewett. Now cleared forwards from Josh Taylor. And away from Jimmy Mewett, but Oluwabori has it back. Good tricky feet, cutting in from the left hand side. Brilliant run there for Oluwabori in the box. Halifax, standing challenge from Tony Craig, but it will be pulled back for free kick to Halifax. That's a yellow card shown as well to Dan Pybus. And again, Bob, those tricky feet of Oluwabori, he's impossible to stop when he really gets going on that left hand side.
Yeah, without a doubt, he's been the danger man for Halifax against the Dorking defence. As I say, he's already scored 1 goal. He did a mazy run earlier, and now he's got his team a free kick right on the edge of the penalty area, which could be a curling effort by their players in a very dangerous place. And I believe it's going to be
I think it's going to be Adam George.
Yeah, Adam George, yeah.
On the left hand side. very close to the box. So it's about 22 yards out. So just inside left. George ready to take this free kick for the visitors. So George now whips it in with his right foot on target, but just complete straight at Mail. Now can he get the ball forwards quickly? Mail just hangs on to it. We have 10 minutes of this first half to go here at Meadowbank. Dorking Wanderers 1, FC Halifax Town 1, as Mail just rolls it to his right for Pybus. Pings it long towards Mewett. Mewett wins the flick on. It's back here with the Halifax backline. Galvin back into the feet of Johnson. Johnson clips it just over halfway. Right, flicks off Hollis. Thought he did actually, the officials giving it in the favour of Hayden Hollis. So through to Dorking Wanderers, just a few yards behind the halfway line. It looks like it's going to be a substitution here for Dorking Wanderers. Dan Pybus now, of course, if you know Mark White well, when this player gets a yellow card, he doesn't like to take any risks. So Dan Pybus is off and Dan Gallagher's on. What do you make of that thought process from Mark White? It seems to be something he likes to do now.
Most definitely, particularly if it happens in the first half, because when you look upon it, we've got 45 minutes plus another 10. So yeah, there's an awful long way for this game to go, and you can see his rationale why he's done it. And it's not the first time he's done it. He seems to be making a habit of this, certainly since the last few months, of making sure that he tries and keeps his 11 players on the pitch.
Here's Oliver Bory, dispossessed. Now Franklin back to Hollis on halfway, lifts it up with his left foot for Carter to try and win the header. Beaten in the air by Keane. Header from Stott, only as far as this opposite on McManus. McManus poorly lifts the ball towards the right hand side, midway inside the Halifax Town half, and Mewett was never getting to that. Really poor there from McManus, and a few frustrated fans here in the main stand. It was just such a simple pass for McManus to make. Just lifted that in behind Mewett. No way he was going to adjust his body in time to try and get control of the ball. Throw from Galvin towards halfway, header from Frankham. Flicked on there from Carter. Now McManus into the feet of Blair. Left, inside left, gets in the area. Being held up though, Tom Blair now comes out the 18-yard box. Twist and turn and needs support here. The Dorking left wing back, he plays it back to Josh Taylor. Taylor under pressure from Max Wright. Taylor plays it back to Gallagher. His first touch on the ball, nice and composed, keeping it away from Adam George. Square to his left to Tom Blair. That's a really good block there from Tyler Golden. Trying to stop Tom Blair's pass going towards Charlie Carter, just behind the box. Throw here for Dorking to take. In the left hand side, just in front of halfway. Hayden Hollis, left side, centre back to take it. Hollis's throw. Flick backwards from right. Flick on from Blair. Control from Carter. Edge of the box now. Look at his drive into the area. That's a good standing challenge from Jack Jenkins. The Halifax midfielder has conceded the corner kick. This is better from Wanderers. So corner to be whipped in from the left hand side. George Frankham coming across to it. Can Dorking turn this game on its head? We have of this first half by way Chesterfield, 2-1 up against FC Dagenham, now 2-0 up against Oxford. Goals in the league. Corner comes in towards the box and punched away from Johnson. Now Oliver Bory trying to get down the left hand side, and that is a nudge there into the back of Mewett from Oliver Bory. Dangerous cross though, a dangerous corner though from the left hand side. Well punched away from Johnson. Dorking continuing the pressure. George Frankham. Tom Blair to take this free kick about midway inside Halifax half on the right. Frankham whips in and it's comfortably headed away. Going as far as Josh Taylor. Taylor loses balance, then dispossessed. Now here comes Jenkins. Good tackle from right on Taylor. Now Jenkins driving through the middle. Jenkins on Mark. Jenkins going for the centre. Shot blocked from Jimmy Mewett. Now here's Gallagher's pass towards Taylor. Taylor, lovely turn. Just over halfway now. Taylor holds up the ball, trying to put through legs of Thompson Summers. Thompson Summers puts in the tackle. Taylor retrieves it back and then knocks it off right for a Dorking throw. End-to-end stuff there, Bob, and again the Dorking have really got a good foothold in this game. They're starting to put the pressure on.
Yeah, definitely, and that counter-attack there for Halifax, it was 4 of them against 3 Dorking, so it could have been a bit hairy, but yeah, a good interception there by Mewett to break down that Halifax attack.
Hollis sprays it out just in front halfway to the far side. Here's Pryor on the ball. Pryor trying to dribble in field, but dispossessed from Oliver Borey. Could tackle with his left foot. Andy Oliver Borey plays it just over halfway, a bit too far in front of Alan George. And played back into the feet of Harrison Mail by Tony Craig. 5 minutes of this first half to go. Dorking Wanderers 1, FC Halifax Town 1. Listen to Saturday Sport on BBC Radio Surrey. Here is Charlie Carter. Good pressure on the Dorking midfielder. That's a long ball forwards from Harrison Mail towards Jason Pryor, headed away from Thompson Summers towards the left-hand side. Oliver Borey trying to come away with the ball, but it's handball against Oliver Borey. Let's go to the Crewe Crawley game and Gary Smith to update us on how things are going there.
Well, we are still goalless. We're approaching the 43rd minute, so just a couple of minutes to go before the break. The home side have had a fluster of corners in the last few minutes as well, and they had their best chance of the half that came after 37 minutes. Top scorer Elliot Nevitt just on a very tight angle, clipping one against the outside of the post as they try to break forward again here. Crawley working very, very hard to close things down and look to play very much on the counter-attack. Campbell's going to get into that one, flicks it forward towards Orsi, but Demetriou is going to read it easily and deal with it for Crewe. But Crawley, as I say, working very hard and trying their hardest to make sure that they go in at half-time on level terms. We've got less than 2 minutes of the 45 to go, and that's what they are doing at the moment. Crewe 0, Crawley Town 0.
Yeah, it definitely does, because he was tapping the ground as if it's a serious injury as far as he's concerned. We'll soon find out whether he will be replaced, and if he is going to be replaced, I guess it's going to be Joe Cook, who's back at the club following a loan period at Weymouth. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's hope that there's nothing wrong with Hayden Hollis.
Thanks for the update, Gary. So yeah, just to update listeners, Hayden Hollis has fallen awkwardly from Dorking free kick, flipped on towards Jason Pryor. Now just being treated. Hopefully he will be able to carry on, but as Bob was just alluding to, Joe Cook is on the bench, and that'll be Dorking's second sub of the half, although first one, the choice of Mark White to bring Dan Pipers off, who picked up a yellow card, and Dan Gallagher came on for him. So a heavy fall for Hayden Hollis. He's sitting up, which hopefully is a good sign, but the back line may need a change. 3 minutes remaining in this first half. Dorking 1, Halifax 1.
Yeah, I think it's an ankle that he's twisted or injured, but certainly he is up and about. They're giving him a bit of a rub, so hopefully he'll be able to run this off. But at least he's walking towards a sideline, this sideline, as opposed to the far sideline with all the subs benches under his own steam. So it looks like it's good news as far as he's concerned.
Just some bad news, by the way, for Dorking fans. Fylde are 1-0 up at Eastleigh, and they've also got Woking to worry about if Dorking can't pick up a result. Woking are playing at 5:30 against Hartlepool, and you can listen to that commentary. Our coverage of that game is on air via the BBC Sport website. So 2 minutes of normal time. The first half to go. Back on the way now. Hollis hopefully will come back on in a minute. Johnson plays it short to Galvin. Galvin out towards Wright. Wright just behind the area. It's a really nice touch. Max Wright's the overlap and run of Golden. Golden plays it back to Wright. Wright close by to the area. Down to the feet of Thompson Summers. Halifax are on the inside right channel. Max Wright, tricky feet, trying to get away from Dan Gallagher, just behind the D. Right back towards goal, tackle from Gallagher. Loose ball though, falls to Galvin. Now Thompson Summers links up with Golden on the right hand side. Golden being held up here from Blair and McManus. Back inside to Thompson Summers. Nice pass in here for Halifax. Wright plays a give and go with Thompson Summers. Lovely turn from Alan George. Right side of the box, clips it in. Header from Craig comes off his own man. And a shot for Oliver Borey blocked. And a drill shot for Galvin, blocked for Frankham. Now Galvin plays it into the feet of Thompson Summers. Dispossession, Gallagher cleared out of the box. The scuff low ball from Golden. Oliver Borey starts at carnage in the area. Gallagher clears it only as far as Golden, and Golden shot over the bar inside right, 23 yards from goal. And now the last minute in all time this first half. And Bob, Dorking survived that. They just couldn't clear away for a few seconds.
Yes, pardon the pun, but that wasn't a Golden shot by Golden there. He went flying over the bar. But yeah, a bit of certainly jitteriness in the Dorking defence there, because like a pinball, and who knows where it was going to end. Luckily for Dorking, it went out for a goal kick, and they can kind of like sigh a huge relief there.
Goal kick taken from Harrison Mail. headed out from Ryan Galvin for Dorking throw. So now 15 seconds away, find out how much stoppage time be added on in this first half. George Frankham, 15 yards into Halifax half, takes the throw, head away from Stott. Nice touch on Alan George. Alan George forwards over halfway. Cook holds it up, now squares it to right. Halifax looking dangerous in the last couple of minutes. So looks like 4 minutes is going to be added on. Wright takes a shot into the bottom corner, and Halifax retake the lead. Max Wright just beyond the D, let fly from a counter-attack with his left foot. Low shot beyond the reach of Harrison Mayle, and Halifax take the lead in the first minute of 4 added on this first half.
Well, dare I say it, it's reminiscent of last Saturday where they conceded the goal just before the break, and yet again Dorking's defence has been undone. They've fallen asleep and let in Max Wright with an effort from just outside the 18-yard box. A great.
Yeah, it was a brilliant strike from Max Wright. Low down, powerful. Harrison Mayle didn't stand a chance with that one. So 50 seconds stoppage time gone of the 4, and Dorking trailed once more. Gallagher's long ball towards Pryor. Pryor on the left hand side levelled the area. Dorking looking for a quick response. Pryor hits it off Jenkins. Dorking will have a throw. Need some urgency about them now. Can they add another twist to this game? They've already had one stoppage time goal in this first half. Can we get another? It's Dorking looking for their second response of this afternoon. Josh Taylor line up the long throw. Taylor towards the near post. It's headed away from Jenkins, bounces out the box, but Taylor gets to it again. Midway inside the Halifax half, Taylor being forced back here. That's back with Frankham. Frankham's pass almost got away from Harrison Mayle, but Mayle adjusts his body, gets into the ball. Luckily it wasn't a powerful pass, and Mayle clears just over halfway as Golden defeats Blair in the air. Will be a throw to Dorking Wanderers. Just over 10 yards into the Halifax half. Hayden Holland to take on this near side. Halfway into the 4 minutes off stoppage time. Hollis releases the throw, bounces in field to McManus. McManus out to Blair. Can Blair get across him? Blair tackled from behind from Golden, was always on the stretch. Never really looked like he was going to get the ball. So a chance for Dorking to get ball into the box. Tom Blair has the ball under his left arm. He'll be the man to take this free kick. George Frankham, though, coming across as well. So he's another option. So Blair now plants the ball on the ground in conversation with Frankham. Good opportunity to cause problems. So Blair walks away from the ball. It will be Frankham. Take the free kick, standing side on, left of the ball. George Frankham just waiting for Elliot Swallow to blow his whistle. He does now. Frankham lifts it towards the back post. It goes through everyone. Did it take a flick off Keane? It certainly did. Corner kick to Dorking Wanderers, so they can continue this last minute pressure in the first half. We're on to the last minute of the 4 of stoppage time. There's George Frankham on set piece duty again. Frankham now be aiming for the likes of Craig and Pryor. Hollis all close by together, right in the centre. Can this be the moment? Dorking needs to respond from Halifax's second goal, headed away at near post, the corner by Cook. Now out the box, and Oliver Borey holds it up. Inside his own half, Cook loses the ball against Pryor. Play back to Blair. Blair out to Frankham. Dorking, right side the box of Pryor. Pryor takes the ball on the bounce. Pryor now on the byline, flicks in field to Gallagher. Gallagher was leaning back when he took that shot. Just level with the penalty spot, hit it over the bar with the laces of his right foot. Bob, that was the opportunity that Dorking were craving in the first half stoppage time to draw level again.
Yeah, absolutely. It fell to Dan Gallagher, who hasn't scored this season, and judging by what we've seen, there's probably a good reason why. No, I mean, ordinarily that would have been a good shot on goal, but it was well above the bar to trouble Sam Johnson.
Gallagher heads forwards and the goal kicks there. Maybe one more chance left for Dorking. Carter can't keep the ball in play. We are over the 4 minutes now, and Halifax have a throw. So looking more than likely now that Halifax will be in front at half time. Ryan Galvin, left back, just behind halfway. Now releases the throw. He's still carrying on. Cook trying to hold the ball up. Away inside Dorking half. He does do so against Taylor. Is it back to Jenkins? Jenkins passing field to Wright. Wright plays it back in his own arms in the centre with Thompson Summers facing his own goal. Now is Johnson inside the D. Goalkeeper and skipper of Halifax hits it long with his right foot. Headed away from Gallagher. And now Elliot Swallow blows his half-time whistle here at Meadowbank. It's Dorking Wanderers 1, FC Halifax Town 2 at half-time. Halifax took lead inside the first 3 minutes. Long ball down the right flank, and Jamie Cook broke away and squared it for Andrew Oliver Bory to tap in to an empty net. But Dorking got themselves back in the game through Charlie Carter. Again, it was a good close-range finish, crossed the right-hand side, flicked on near post from McManus, and Bless got the shot to the ground, and Carter turned it in inside the 6-yard area. But first minute of stoppage time this first half, Max Wright for a counter-attack, broke forwards through the centre, just behind the D, let fly, low drill strike his left foot into the bottom corner to put Halifax back in front. So Bob, what are your thoughts on that first half?
Well, before I comment about that, I'm just looking at Mark White. He's obviously not happy with something, because he's having a word with the referee and the linesman about something. Be interesting to know what it was. But yeah, I mean, until that goal in injury time by would have been quite pleased with the way things are going, particularly bearing in mind they went behind following a sucker punch encountered by or put in by Halifax Town there. Andrew Aluwabori, he has been a thorn in their side all game, what with his opening goal and then that raising right, and then likewise with Charlie Carter, he's been a thorn in their side. So yeah, I think certainly it'll be an interesting second half.
Most certainly. So half-time here at Meadowbank, it's Dorking Wanderers 1, FC Halifax Town 2. Join us soon for the second half. Back to you in the studio, Tim.
Wonderful stuff, thank you, gentlemen. So half-time, a great game. Could have been 2-2. It's 2-1 though to FC Halifax. We'll go through all the scores in that division. Sophia's here with a full roundup of the Premier League scores and the other sporting stories, how the rugby's going between Scotland and France. But let's go off to, I can tell you, Crawley's half-time 0-0. We'll go there in a moment. But let's start in the Combined Counties League. Alton Town against Shearwater. George Baines.
Thanks, Tim. Yes, welcome back to Anstey Park, where at half-time it is Alton Town 0, Shearwater 0. As I said at the start of the game, Shearwater trying their best to avoid any relegation fears this season, and Alton pushing for the playoffs. It's been a lively and entertaining game, kind of mixed in with a lot of headers, to be honest, from the Alton point of view. They've had the most chances, and a lot of them coming to Josh Stepney taking the corners, and Hoppet is the man, Jamie Hoppet, with a lot of the headers. First one 5 minutes in, then we had another header from Paul Patcock 17 minutes again, and then also 21 minutes in. There's also been a header that was off the crossbar from a throw-in down to my right hand side, right next to the corner flag, and then a free kick on the halfway line, which went to Cam Miller, who is the defender for Alton, and he, or at least midfield, he managed to also head it just over the bar as well. So it's been quite a flurry of chances for from the Alton side of things, but I will say that Shearwater, as I say, are doing quite well on their run as well. They've at least not lost in their last 3 games, and their 2 defeats before that were against teams in the playoffs in Croydon and Knaphill. So Shearwater at this level for the 4th season in a row, giving their all. And I should also end the report saying that there's 2 twins, I believe, on both teams, a C Mackey and a G Mackey on the wing for Shearwater, and then on the Alton side, Tim, we've got a Josh Stepney on the set pieces and a Ross Stepney, so that is also one of the highlights of the afternoon so far. Still 0-0.
Great stuff. Thank you very much indeed to George Baines. 0-0 there in the Combined Counties League. We'll get our Crawley update in just a moment's time. Crawley Town in action. In fact, we can do that now. Crawley in League 2 away at Crewe. After all the build-up, Gary, how's it gone?
Well, it's goalless here at the break, Tim, but I honestly think that Crawley will be happy with that. I mean, Crewe, as you would expect, as the home side and the side in the playoffs, have had the lion's share of possession. They've had 69% possession, but they are yet to muster a shot on target, and Crawley might be feeling a little disappointed that they're not in front. They've had a couple of great chances. Liam Kelly with a free kick after 17 minutes that went just over the apex of post and crossbar over the far side, but then Adam Campbell, maybe with the best chance of the half, certainly for Crawley, on the turn after a little bit of pinball in the box, drove a shot straight at the goalkeeper when maybe he should have done a little bit better. Top scorer for Crewe, Elliot Nevitt, has had a couple of chances. He scraped the outside of the post with a shot after 37 minutes, but I think goalkeeper Corey Adai had it covered. And then inside stoppage time, a free kick from the far side came into the Crawley box, evaded everybody, but Nevitt got round the back but headed his effort wide of the post. I think Scott Lindsay will be delighted with the way that his side have played so far, Tim. They need to show a little bit more going forward. They are trying to catch Crewe on the counter-attack. They're getting men behind the ball. Defensively, they're doing well. They need to get more support up there with Danilo Orsi, but they might just catch one on the break and maybe surprise Crewe and have enough to hold out. Who knows? Big 45 minutes ahead, but we're goalless at the break, Tim. Crewe 0, Crawley Town 0.
Gary, thank you very much indeed. A reminder elsewhere. So in League 2, we've heard there that Crawley are being held 0-0. Sutton United 7 points adrift in the second bottom relegation place. They could be playing back in the National League at this rate, and they're a goal down at Morecambe as well. So Sutton losing 1-0. Woking, who play at 5:30, are back in the relegation places as things stand. AFC Fylde are winning. Big surprise, 1-0 win. 1-0 half-time score for them away at Eastleigh today. Ebbsfleet, though, being beaten by Chesterfield by 2-1. So let us get the rest of the sporting stories around the patch with Sophia Atkins.
And let's start with football. And in the Premier League, in the early kick-off, it finished Manchester City 2, Everton 0. In the 3 o'clock games at half-time, it was Spurs 0, Brighton 1, Fulham 2, Bournemouth 0, Liverpool 1, Burnley 1, Luton 0, Sheffield United 2, and Wolves 0, Brentford 1. At 5:30, Nottingham Forest play Newcastle. In local rugby, in National 2 East, Esher are taking on Bury St Edmunds. At half-time, it was Esher 15, Bury St Edmunds 10, and locally a few moments ago, it was Dorking 24, Canterbury 8. Elsewhere in rugby and in the Six Nations, England take on Wales at Twickenham this afternoon at 4:45. The England coach, Steve Borthwick, is looking for improvements in their play, as although England won their opening match against Italy in Rome last weekend, the Italians scored 3 times the tries of England's 2.
Particularly a lot of conversation around the defence. I thought, again, if I'd use that phrase, that promising start, I think that's what it was. I think you saw a commitment from the players to do things differently. So we've had 2 more training sessions this week, and I said there were areas that we'd attend to and there's areas we need to improve upon, and that's what we've gone and done this week.
And in the other Six Nations match, Scotland are playing France at Murrayfield. A few moments ago, it was Scotland 16, France 17. France have only just taken the lead. In cricket, Indian batter Vitri Keol has just missed the rest of the Test series against England for personal reasons. The 35-year-old ex-captain previously withdrew from the first 2 tests. The series is tied at 1-1. In tennis, Britain's Harriet Dart faces former world number 1 Karolina Pliskova in the semi-finals of the Transylvania Open this afternoon. It's the furthest Dart has ever gone in the WA Tour event. In ice hockey, the Guildford Flames welcome the Dundee Stars at 6 o'clock tonight. And finally, in basketball, the Surrey Scorchers welcome the Plymouth Raiders. We'll have another update in the final whistle.
Sophia, thank you very much indeed, and we'll hear Mill on the Guildford Flames after 5 as well. Big win for them in midweek. They're into the Challenge Cup final. That'll be in March. A reminder then, in the Premier League, it's building up for a fascinating match of the day. Already winners today, Manchester City beating Everton 2-0. So they have gone top temporarily, but can Liverpool go above them? And not at the moment. They're being held 1-1. Burnley equalising on the stroke of half-time. Fulham surprisingly beating AFC Bournemouth by 2-0. Luton 2-0 down at home to Sheffield United. No one in their right mind would have predicted a score anywhere near that. It is remarkable, the Premier League this season. Brighton winning at Spurs. Wolves a goal down at home to Brentford. It's fascinating afternoon once again in the Premier League. At 5:30 tonight, Nottingham Forest play Newcastle United. Let's remind you then of events in League 2. Crawley goalless at half-time. Elsewhere, AFC Wimbledon beating Barrow 2-0. Doncaster beating Tranmere by a goal 2-0. Forest Green 0, Mansfield 1. Stockport, not surprisingly, winning at Grimsby 3-0. Harrogate 0, Colchester 0. Accrington winning at MK Dons. As I mentioned, Morecambe beating Sutton. Swindon and Salford goalless. Newport winning 3-0 at Walsall, and it's Wrexham 0, Bradford City 0. In National League, Altrincham winning 1-0 at home to Rochdale. Boreham Wood 1, Maidenhead 0. Chesterfield, the leaders, beating Ebbsfleet, but Ebbsfleet do have a goal. It's Chesterfield 2, Ebbsfleet 1 in that one. That's good news for Woking and Dorking. Ebbsfleet second bottom this morning. Dagenham 3, Oxford 0. Our commentary game, Dorking 2-1 down. The players coming out. We're there in a moment's time. Eastleigh 0, AFC Fylde 1. At the moment, Woking will kick off in the bottom 4 once again. Southend 0, York City 0. And in our feature game in National League South, Farnborough, their game at Weston-super-Mare postponed. So that's us up to date in our feature football. The rugby is now in injury time, and France lead 2016. Have Scotland just gone over? They haven't, and I think that is it. I think France have won. I'll confirm that. And then we'll go to Dorking. Let's have a look. Is the game over? Oh, they're going to a TV thing, so I'll tell Tom in his ear, but let's go back to Tom. It is Meadowbank, the venue, the Surrey Hills in the background. Dorking 1, Halifax 2, beautifully poised for the second half. Don't forget, Woking team news as soon as we get it in the next half hour. They kick off at 5:30 against Hartlepool, but it's Bob Patworth alongside Tom Mitchell.
Thank you very much, Tim. So, about to get underway for the second half, and Bob, a big second half coming up for Dorking Wanderers. So disappointed to concede that goal in the first minute stoppage time.
Yeah, absolutely there, Tom. Big 45 minutes for Dorking if they're going to turn things around. Their home form this season hasn't been brilliant. They've lost already 9 games at home. And when you look back to last season and the 4 teams that got relegated, one of which was Yeovil, they just lost 9 games at home as well. So whether that's going to be an omen for Dorking not to lose any more home games this season remains to be seen.
So Halifax will get us underway in their great away strip. They are 2-1 in front. Mark White's men are on a mission to try and turn things around this second half. Fylde, by the way, 2-0 up at Eastleigh now. So pressure is really on Dorking. As it stands, Woking are dropping into the bottom 4 ahead of their half-5 game, Hartlepool United. Back on the way the second half, Gallagher heads forwards now, hooked from Taylor towards Pryor on halfway. Pryor falls back into his own half. Pryor hits it forwards, and it's ran back to the Halifax defence, cleared away from Keane. It's the feet of Craig. Now Craig to Blair. Blair chests it on halfway, lays it back to Hollis. Hollis lifts it down the left flank for McManus to chase. Niall McManus, left side of the box. He hits that off Keane for a Dorking corner. 35 seconds into the second half, and straight away, just like the first half, Niall McManus bombing down the flank, getting a corner kick. George Frankham to take. So as I mentioned, that Fylde second goal, this makes it even more huge for Dorking this half to at least get something, but really a win is what is needed to try and get that gap, keep that gap on the relegation zone. Carter and Frankham combine from the short corner. Now Blair, inside left, puts the cross in, headed just wide of the target by Hayden Hollis. Flag is up though, and it was a good header from Hollis, but it wouldn't have counted anyway. But Bob still worked it well from the short corner, even though the goal wouldn't have counted, but it's a good move from Hollis.
Yeah, certainly when you look back at Dorking's first corner in the early stages of the first half, that was rather a weak and wasted effort. But yeah, certainly there, a lot better from Dorking and a well constructed.
Cook heads up in the air from the Johnson free kick, now bounce off McManus, ball in the centre of the Dorking half. Cook into George. George edged the area now, sets up for a shot from right, trying to get his second of the game, but it's straight to Harrison Mail. That was good play from the away side, so they get the first big attempt this half. Kick forward from Mail, easily intercepted from Golden. Here come Halifax down the right side with the right back Golden. Golden hits it off Hollis, and that is a corner kick, and poor distribution from Harrison Mail, putting this side in trouble. Dorking are straight on the back foot. So 2 minutes into the second 45. Halifax have Dorking pin back here, and they've got the 2-1 advantage. Latest of the 3 goals in this match coming from Max Wright. First minute of first half stoppage time, drilling in at left-footed strike beyond the reach of Harrison Mayle. So corner kick for Kane. Thompson Summers to take on the far side as Halifax look to get a 2-goal cushion here at Meadowbank. Thompson Summers whips in the corner, flicked across the face of goal from Josh Taylor. Now forces teammate Hayden Hollis. Hollis pushed here on the near side by the corner flag, and that is a free kick to Dorking Wanderers. And good work from Hollis to get that free kick. It was just a slight nudge from Jamie Stott. Harrison Mayle on the right hand side, just on the edge of his box. Purple goalkeeping kit, now launches it up with his right foot towards Pryor. Pryor felt he's been held, nothing given. Ball bounces to Muir, heads in the box, right side of the box. McManus dispossessed. Now Carter gets across in the middle of the penalty area, gets the ball back, squares it for Blair. Blair across in and headed over the bar in the nick of time from Jordan Keane. Corner to Dorking Wanderers, but Bob, that was a really good opening there for the home side.
Yeah, good build up there and a great effort, and Jordan Keane saving the day for the visitors, certainly.
Fantastic diving header, centre of the 6-yard area. Managed to get that one over the bar. And just a quick update on the Six Nations. France have beaten Scotland 2016. So that was a 5-minute TMO review as well, denying Scotland the try. So drama in the Six Nations. Can we get drama here at Meadowbank? 4 minutes into the second half. Dorking have a corner kick. They're 2-1 down to FC Halifax Town. George Frankham, hands on hips now, arms in the air, signals he's ready to take the corner. Could this be the leveller for the home side? Frankham whips it in towards the back post. Pryor wins the header. Headed out the 6-yard box from Jenkins. Headed back into the area from Taylor. Pulls back to Jenkins and launches it into the Dorking half. Puts the eye for Alan George. Header away from June Mewett and falls kindly to Josh Taylor just beyond halfway. Taylor now has space to turn into. Taylor, tidy feet. Here's Pryor on the left-hand side. Gives it to Charlie Carter. Carter face up Jenkins. Level with the area. Now Carter on the byline into the box. Carter looks to set up for Pryor. Well intercepted there from Keane. Keane clears for Cook just behind halfway to hold up. Hollis clears forward for Dorking. Header from Thompson Summers out to the right-hand side. Collected by Wright. Wright hits it off McManus, and that is a free kick awarded in the favour of Halifax for handball against Niall McManus. So 5 minutes into the second half, and Dorking have had a couple of little good moments. So certainly the cross from Blair, left side of the penalty area, was a dangerous one, but headed over the bar by Jordan Keane. The away side have a free kick to take here. Sam Johnson up with his right foot towards the area. Headed away from Craig. Ball bounces to Pryor, close to halfway. Pryor squares, a really poor layoff from Pryor. Instep his right foot too far in front of Tom Blair. Throw to FC Halifax Town. Tyler Golden to take it. 10 yards into the Dorking half. Golden on the right, takes a throw. Nice touch from Alan George. Looks to turn inside. Tackled by McManus. McManus looks to hold up the ball, hits off Alan George, and that is a throw to Dorking, which will be left for Hayden Hollis to take. Just over 10 yards behind halfway. Hollis takes a throw. It's another throw to Dorking Wanderers, flipped backwards from Tyler Golden. So again, Hollis is on throwing duty, and I presume he will go up the line once more. He certainly does. Hollis will actually a little bit more central towards the area where Pryor couldn't quite hold up. Dorking fans appealing for a free kick. Nothing given. It's cleared from Jordan Keane out for another Dorking throw. So again, they're starting to push Halifax Town back gradually. So George Frankham now to take the throw for Wanderers. Mewett close by. On the inside, we go to McManus, who's even closer. Lays it back to Frankham. Now Frankham, deflected cross into the box, takes all the sting out the ball and cleared away from Golden. Lifted back to the area from Carter, and now Galvin lets the ball bounce across him. His goalkeeper takes care of it on the bounce, and now quickly rolls it into the feet of Galvin. Galvin over halfway, the Halifax Town left back. He's inside, now plays on his outside, overhit that pass though towards Andy Olawabori, who opened the scoring inside the first few minutes of this match. A bit of concern here for Halifax. It looks like Ryan Galvin is down here. The left back who's making that run just a moment ago, overhit that pass towards Olawabori. I don't know if he's pulled something, but Bob, we're just over 7 minutes into the second half. What are your early thoughts on how Dorking have come out?
Yeah, certainly they've shown a promise, but unfortunately it's not promise they want, it's goals. So yeah, hopefully they might get back into this game. But what I've noticed, or it appears that perhaps the Dorking defence has gone to a back four. Certainly in the last attack there by Halifax, they were having a back four. Normally Dorking like to have a back three, but it looks like Hayden Hollis, Tony Craig and George Frankham are putting up a back four, but we'll see whether that continues or whether that was just temporary. But luckily Galvin is back up on his feet. I think it was probably something just like an ankle or something, but yeah, as a statutory now, you've got to go off, and then the referee calls you back after about 30 seconds or so.
Big goal at the bottom end of the National League. It's not good news for Dorking Wanderers fans. Ebbsfleet have equalised at Chesterfield. Ben Chapman with the goal on the 48th minute. By the way, Ebbsfleet fouled are 2-0 up at East as well. So a double change for Halifax. So it looks like it will be the end of Ryan Galvin's afternoon. So Aaron Cosgrave will be coming on here for Jack Jenkins. So Cosgrave is on here for Halifax. So Jenkins off, and the other sub is Jack Evans on, of course, for Ryan Galvin. So we have a goal in the match in Alton and Shearwater. George Baines, who's it gone to?
We do, thank you, and it's a goal for Alton Town. Over to my left-hand side is a corner that seemed to take forever to be taken because of some substitutions going on, I think, for Shearwater more than anything. But it was swung in, kind of nodded around the 6-yard box, and then stooped in at the near post from the looks of things, almost like a backward stooping header, and the ball balled up and flew into the far post, far side of the net. I think, don't quote me on this, but I think it was Pat Cox, so the other striker to Jamie Hoppett, who had the chances earlier. I believe it was Pat Cox, and it is now Alton 1, Shearwater 0. They're looking good.
Josh Taylor. Thank you very much for that update, George. As Tom Player just trying to steam down the left-hand side, and it's cleared away by Halifax for a throw. So Josh Taylor thought he was going to take the throw there, but it'd be Hayden Hollis just behind halfway to take the throw for Mark Whiteside. 10 minutes into the second half, Dorking Wanderers 1, FC Halifax Town 2. Throw from Hollis, bouncing down the left, headed away from Cosgrave. Now Halifax have it just behind halfway, hooked forwards from Cook, and Frankham chases the ball down the centre circle, gets there before the tricky Olawabori. Now Mail goes direct. Newitt drops in field, can't win the header. Ball bounces forwards though, can't reach McManus. Cleared away by Stott. That's a header forwards by Hunter, who's also come on for Halifax. Hunter, now his header goes all the way to Mail. Mail plays it long towards the left-hand side. Blair, edge of the box. He gets the corner kick, hits that off Tyler Golden. So it's in a good position here. Good chance here for Dorking again to cause some problems. So corner on the left-hand side for George Frankham to take. So again, Halifax have dealt with corner kicks really well from Dorking this afternoon. Will Dorking breach them on this occasion? Frankham whips in towards the back post, and Pryor heads it wide of the target. It was a tough header to execute. The angle was against him. That's well wide of the target in the end. And Jason Pryor's had a frustrating afternoon, Bob, really. Again, it's one of those afternoons where he's just been isolated up front and missing that partner.
Yeah, definitely, and he was being man-marked there by Jack Hunter. It's probably because he was so close to him, that's why he missed.
Here's Josh Taylor heading towards the penalty area. Josh Taylor dribbles in, still Josh Taylor brought down. Is that a penalty kick? Well, a card's been battered into, loses the ball and picked up by Sam Johnson, and nothing given by the referee. And Josh Taylor not too pleased at all, to say the least. Bob, what are your thoughts on that incident? The Dorking fans are unhappy behind the goal.
Yeah, to be honest with you, I thought Josh Taylor was looking for that foul or free kick, or penalty rather. He did seem to go down rather easily, in my opinion. Obviously, the Dorking players think otherwise. You've got the captain, Tony Craig, having a word with the referee. He's just been given a yellow card for obviously disagreeing or for dissent. So certainly there's a lot of anger out there on the pitch as far as Dorking is concerned, whether they should have got a penalty, whether it was for that incident or whether it was for Charlie Carter going down in the second attempt.
Deadlock has been broken in the game between Crewe and Crawley. Who's it gone to, Gary Smith?
Yeah, it's gone the way of the home side. They have had the lion's share of possession again since the start of the second half. A little bit of a mistake on the far side by Lawrence Maguire. He allowed the Crewe midfield to get around the ball and keep it in play, firing into the box, and then the fullback Adebisi couldn't miss from inside the 6-yard box, tucked it underneath Corey Adai. It is Crewe's first effort on target throughout the whole of the game. We've played 62 and a half minutes, but they've made it count. It's Crewe 1, Crawley Town 0.
Stoke 58 and a half minutes on the clock here at Meadowbank. Thank you very much for the update, Gary. Dorking Wanderers 1, FC Halifax Town 2 here. Approaching the 59th minute, throw from Hayden Hollis, and there was just a push there on Charlie Carter. And that will be a Dorking free kick just front halfway. Jamie Stott just with the nosh. And free kick here for George Frankham to take. Just in front of halfway, she's having a conversation with Mark White. Ken Frankham just setting himself now. His free kick. Now raises his left arm. He's ready to ping it in. Frankham's free kick towards Pryor. Pryor thought he's been held, nothing given. Taylor chasing it down this far side, and it goes out for Halifax Town. Throw has been a second goal in the game between Alton and Shearwater. Have Alton double their lead, George Baines?
They have, and it's Alton Town 2, Shearwater 0, and it was a fantastic finish, this time from Jamie Hoppett. It was played across from the left-hand side, not too sure by who, potentially Josh Stepney again, over to the right, and he just timed the long ball brilliant to perfection, got it over the centre-backs. He saw that Hoppett had got past the full-back, the ball landed right at Hoppett's feet, and all he had to do was chip it over the keeper, who'd come racing out to the edge of the box. The keeper would be Hill for Shearwater, and essentially side-footed it over Hill's head, and it landed in the far bottom corner of the net, and that was literally a minute or so after that first goal. So it's now Alton Town 2, Shearwater 0.
Sam Johnson. Thank you very much, George. Hit the hour mark here at Meadowbank. Still Dorking Wanderers 1, FC Halifax Town 2. Dorking Wanderers just played a short corner where Blair's cross went straight into the arms of Sam Johnson. Here's Thompson Summers, middle of the Halifax half, plays just over halfway. Nice turn from George, away from Gallagher. George now inside left, sets away Oliver Borey, but across comes George Frankham. Play it out square, the throw to Halifax, which is quickly taken. George loses the ball against Gallagher. Now Mewett trying to come away with it, just a slight nudge from Adam George on the back of Jimmy Mewett. But Dorking still well in this game here at Meadowbank. You are listening to Saturday Sport on BBC Radio Surrey. Dorking Wanderers trailing 2-1 home to FC Halifax Town. And there's some big goals as well in the national, again, big gains in National League at the bottom. Fylde 2-0 up at Eastleigh. Ebbsfleet still 2-all at league leaders Chesterfield. What result that would be for the Fleet. Header forward to Blair for Dorking down the left flank. Just evaded McManus. Throw to the visitors deep inside their own half. Again, they just need to try and manage this well. So again, they've got half an hour though to manage this lead, so Dorking will still be well in this game. And Dorking preparing a substitution. It looks like Luke Moore will be coming on for Wanderers. So a throw taken from Golden, header from Hollis. Dorking on the left hand side, flicked on into the feet of Blair. Blair inside towards Carter, and Halifax cleared towards halfway. Cook trying to head it beyond reach of Joe Cook, but good play there from Hollis, and hits it forwards. And in the end, it's with Sam Johnson. Halifax can just, anytime Dorking try and put some pressure on, they are managing it really well. Again, Dorking needs to try and up the tempo here at Meadowbank. Here's Oliver Borey, just in front of halfway. Oliver Borey plays it back, slap pass in, set from Pryor. Dorking, midway inside the Halifax half, inside right. McManus on a shirt ball for Oliver Borey, but referee just moves it away. McManus plays it back to Gallagher. Gallagher square to Frankham, just in front halfway. Frankham, short diagonal right foot pass to Josh Taylor. Taylor drifted in field, holding off George, but George forcing Taylor back. Now Taylor back in the Dorking half. Here's Craig. Craig square to Hollis. Hollis down the left-hand side and just over that ball, trying to link up with Carter. So Luke Moore to come on here for Dorking Wanderers. Their second, actually last substitution. So substitution here. George Frankham coming off it for Dorking. So actually it's the second substitution. So obviously Dan Gallagher came for Pybus and Frankham off for Moore. What are your thoughts on that substitution, Bob?
Interesting, certainly. This is the first game back for Luke Moore following a 4-game ban for being red carded at Macclesfield in the FA Trophy. So be interested to see how match fit he is and what contribution he'll provide Dorking for the rest of this match.
Oliver Borey just dummies the ball now. It's a touch and field there. And it's a heavy one. Came from Cook. Get the ball forwards and it's back with Mail. Now Mail quickly launch it towards Carter. Carter beaten in the air. Drops here to Stott. Now here's Wright. Max Wright in the centre circle. Taylor hits it off right. Bounces towards Mewett. Pokes it backwards. Now Gallagher being chased down here from right, but Gallagher gets there first. And Mail clears out of his area. Up towards Josh Taylor, just behind halfway. Contesting with Jack Content. Breaks it for Charlie Carter. Just calms things down. He's it back to Gallagher. Gallagher clips it through the middle. Pryor beating the aerial duel against Stott. Now Moore, his first contributions to the game is to head it out to Charlie Carter. A little bit too far for Carter in the end. And that is a throw for Halifax. Again, Bob, it's just dying down a little bit for Dorking Wanderers. Again, Halifax just feeling a bit comfortable at the moment. It's just a bit frustrated feel around Meadowbank.
Yeah, it is. You know, after that hullabaloo in the first few minutes or so when they were peppering the Halifax goal, as you say, it's gone very quiet, and certainly Halifax are content just to let them come at them because they're very solid in defence and then counter, which we've seen in the first half. They're very dangerous at doing.
25 minutes to go here at Meadowbank. Dorking have a free kick. Jimmy Mewett is just clipped by Andy Oliver Borey. So Tom Blair, right hand side, midway into the Halifax half, to deliver this in for Dorking Wanderers. Can Wanderers get a leveller? Set it up for a grandstand last 25 minutes here at Meadowbank. Blair, both arms in the air. He gets the signal. Blair whips in with his right foot, headed away from Halifax, and then picked up from right, still inside his box. Then right clears upwards towards George. Out on the far side, George, can he keep it in play? Well, in the end, Halifax do get the throw. I thought the last touch came off George initially, but again, the linesman had a much better view than I did. He's on that side, and he thought it came off a Dorking man last. Again, Halifax managing this game really well. 66 minutes played here at Meadowbank. Dorking Wanderers 1, FC Halifax Town 2. So throw to be taken here by Golden. Down the right flank, headed away from Hollis. Ball bouncing towards Pryor, trying to flick it down the line. Now Taylor into the Halifax half, cleared away from Stott, falls back to Taylor. Now Carter moves back into the Dorking half, diagonal with his right foot, searching towards Jimmy Mewett. Jimmy Mewett plays it down the right side, trying to chase on to the ball, but in the end it was good defending from Jamie Stott. Got across, cleared his lines, but again, chance for Dorking to try and pin Halifax back here. It's only 2-1, it's the away side. They're in a good position. Still Eastleigh 0, Fylde 2, Chesterfield 2, Ebbsfleet 2. By the way, Oxford City 6-1 down at Victoria Road against Dagenham and Redbridge, so it's a rough afternoon for the side. Bottom and lead. Taylor's long throw punched away from Johnson as far as Moore in the middle. Back out to Taylor. Taylor, touch to get it away from Oliver Borey. Now Taylor, wrong foot to Cook. Taylor just beyond the D. Taylor takes it and fields. He nods from Hunter. Thompson-Summers clears away. George chasing down the far side against Gallagher. Gallagher gets across against the pacey Alan George and makes sure that Dorking get the throw on the left-hand side, which Hollis comes across to take. Again, Dorking got to try and apply some pressure. And Halifax very comfortable. So Dorking's last sub now, Jimmy Mewett coming off, Matt Briggs coming on, and of course Bob, Matt Briggs was the one who actually scored Dorking's only goal against Fylde last week, so hopefully he can score a more crucial one this afternoon.
Yeah, well you hope so, but it's certainly a like for like. Jimmy Mewett likes to zip down the right hand wing, as does Matty Briggs, so yeah, it's a like for like. Hopefully there'll be a bit more gas in his tank now that Jimmy has had to be substituted.
Gallagher to Briggs, level with the centre circle. So Briggs' first touch is a good one with his right foot. Plays back to Gallagher. Gallagher almost caught possession against George. Gallagher fends off. Is he going to get the free kick? And the referee, Elliot Swallow, does award the free kick in Gallagher's favour. Gallagher just a bit sloppy there. Fortunate to get the free kick. Should be taken from Harrison Mayle, inside right. Just over halfway in the Dorking half. So Mayle, long ball. It's bright dark blue boots. And spraying out to the right hand side, flicked out from Jordan Keane for a Dorking throw. Midway in the Halifax half for Josh Taylor to take. So let's see what Dorking can do from this. Just approaching the 69th minute. Dorking Wanderers 1, FC Halifax Town 2. Short throw from Taylor to Moore. Back with Taylor. Taylor, can he keep his balance? He does do so against Tyler Golden. Play back to Moore, inside left, cross comes in, bounces off Hollis, really poor there from Dorking, and now can Halifax counter-attack. Here's Andy Oliver Borey through the centre circle, runs into trouble, Briggs gets it off and then challenged from Oliver Borey as well. So that's a free kick to Dorking Wanderers, and Bob, that was good defending there for Matt Briggs, because you do not want Oliver Borey sprinting down the centre.
No, certainly not, and for his troubles, Briggs has gone down. Hopefully it's not going to be anything too serious for him, but yeah, he's only just come on, and being the third substitution, the last thing you want is to end the game with 10 people, 10 players, but where due to injury, but he's up, thankfully.
Free kick for Luke Moore's stake, just by the centre circle, over halfway. So Moore clips it in with his right foot into the area, can't find Hollis, Halifax head away. And Max Wright with the square header, only as far as Tom Blair on the left hand side, being forced back, then Blair turns and gets the cross into the box, headed comfortably away from unchallenged Thompson-Summers. Oliver Borey holds it up, inside right. Now Hunter plays it back for Golden to clear long. Moore takes on the bounce, handball appeals to the Halifax bench, nothing given. Moore squares it to Briggs. Briggs almost lost it in the centre of the Dorking half, but Briggs just keeps away from Cook. Briggs back from Mayle. Mayle the flat clearance though. Only finds Max Wright, 20 minutes to go. Halifax on the front foot, and they lead by 2-1 at Meadowbank. Low cross from Max Wright, and cleared away at the near post, and Niall McManus. Bob, such slack play from Dorking Wanderers there, playing themselves into trouble.
Yeah, well, not only by the defence there, but also Harrison Mayle there, a very poor clearance there. The second time actually this half where he's kicked the ball out. It's only got halfway into his own half and it's been picked up by the opposition, so a lucky escape in some respects, but they have now conceded a corner.
Kane Thompson-Summers then for the visitors, taking the corner the far side. Thompson-Summers whips it in with his right foot towards Stott, the back post. Header up in the air from Hollis, ball still looped inside the box. Cook back towards goal, pokes it into the feet of Wright. Did it come off Wright's hand? The referee had a good view, and it certainly did. Good spot there, just came off his left foot onto his right hand, which was stretched out. That's correct decision there from Elliot Swallow, and Dorking defended that set piece really well. Now need to get it upfield quickly. We still have quite a bit of time left. Again, 71 half minutes played here at Meadowbank. Dorking are trailing by 2-1. A yellow card shown, and that is to Halifax right back Tyler Golden.
It looks that was for dissent there. Tom obviously didn't like that decision. He thought it wasn't deliberate handball, and decided that he'd argue with the referee.
And the referee quickly bandaged out his yellow card. Now Mayle takes the free kick towards the left-hand side, and Carter couldn't win the header. But Dorking have the throw. And Golden Now he's to be careful on the yellow card. He heads out for a Dorking throw. It'll be level with the area. So Josh Taylor is the man to take it. Taylor's giving the ball a quick clean. 18 minutes to go. Dorking trailing Halifax home by 2-1. Taylor puts in the throw. Halifax deal with it. Head out the box twice. More inside left. Heads it up into the air. Pryor wins the head against Oliver Bory, but the free kick goes in the favour of the visitors. Pryor contesting that decision. Elliot Swallow, the referee, but the referee just thought he just Pryor lent into Oliver Bory. Halifax take a quick short free kick. Hunter into Oliver Bory. Oliver Bory cuts inside, being held off from Gallagher. Oliver Bory just by the centre circle, then plays it back. Now Hunter, forward ball through the middle to George. Square to his right to Golden. Just drops in field, the right back. Plays back to Oliver Bory, just beyond the D. Sets it on his right foot. Oliver Bory goes to curling shot wide the target. Just found that little bit of space just to let fly with his right foot. But again, Harrison Mayle had that covered all the way. But again, there's always an intake of breath from home fans when Oliver Bory has the ball. So short goal kick played. Let's have an update from the Crawley game with Gary Smith.
We played 77.5 minutes now. It is still 1-0 to the home side. The breakthrough made just after the hour mark. Adebisi couldn't miss from inside the 6-yard box after the ball came in from the far side. But Crawley have responded well. They've made a triple change. Adeyemo's come on, Darcy's come on, and there's also been a debut for Jeremy Kelly, who did well to get down the left-hand side of the midfield for Crawley a few minutes ago, but his ball into the box in the end was easily dealt with by the Crew defence. But all the time it's 1-0. Scott Lindsay will be hoping, and we'll all be hoping, that a chance or a half chance maybe falls the way of one of the players out there in white. But at the moment, 12 minutes to go. Crew 1, Crawley Town 0.
That's all. Thank you very much, Gary. So, free kick given away from Halifax. Jordan Keane, the foul on Charlie Carter. The Halifax centre-back certainly didn't think so. So it's a free kick for Dorking Wanderers, almost on the line of the area, inside right. So you have Tom Blair and Luke Moore behind it. Can this be the leveller? Halifax have really taken the sting out of this second half. So Blair with the free kick towards the right-hand corner, off target. Not the worst attempt ever. Again, Sam Johnson left rooted to the spot. It's that whiz by his right post. And again, Bob, an opportunity there for Dorking, but unfortunately Blair couldn't find the target.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Was that a effort on goal, or was he just literally crossing in and hoping one of the Dorking players was going to ghost in on the far post and tap it in? But either way, it was a wasted opportunity for Dorking.
See what I mean? Maybe it did look like one of those cross-come shots. So goal kick taken. Let's cross live to the Laithwaite Community Stadium for the team news for this evening's game. Team Woking and Hartlepool United. Lucas can bring the team news.
Yeah, thanks, Tom. I tell you what, it's a very much a story of if it ain't broke, don't try and fix it, because both teams have lined up exactly as they did in their previous matches, apart from the one change for Woking, which is Rowan Ince comes in for Tunji Akinola, who is now suspended for this game here. So Rowan Ince will be preferred in that defensive holding position just there for Woking. But no changes to either side, both coming off the back of victories and both looking for an improvement in their form. And both teams with new managers, essentially, still with Michael Doyle for Woking starting his 9th game as manager. And Kevin Phillips, oh yes, that one, the guy who scored loads of goals for Sunderland and Birmingham and Aston Villa, he starts his 5th game in charge of Hartlepool United. So it's all set here. We kick off at 5:30.
Holds it up on the far side. Thank you very much for the team news there, Bryn. Halifax had a chance to get a 2-goal cushion, but a scuff shot wide from Cook from Golden's cutback. Halifax clear forward. It's back with Harrison Mayle just inside the D. Launched it up in the... loops it up in the air, not the greatest of kicks, but falls to Oliver Bory just beyond halfway, turns away from Gallagher. Gallagher catches him late, and few Halifax fans in the main stand chanting for Gallagher to come off. I don't think it's that strong, but a clear free kick. Gallagher would be getting a yellow card though by Elliot Swallow, the man in the middle. And you have to admit that's a clear as day yellow card for the referee to give there. But Bob, that was a really good chance, Halifax, to get a 2-goal cushion in this match.
Yeah, and what was good is that the referee allowed play on, because he had the official on the far side waving his flag, but the referee decided let's play on, and I think Dorking weren't sure what was happening, and they nearly ghosted in and scored a 3rd goal.
Free kick taken from Stott, and hooked up in the air. Scuff clearance there from McManus. Falls back to McManus. Header from Briggs, McManus clears into the middle, Dorking up, Pryor holds up. Nice feet here from Pryor on the stretch, pokes it to Gallagher. Gallagher quickly out of his feet to Briggs. The tackle there, the left foot of Kane Thompson-Summers, I think, had a really good game in the middle. Number 14 of FC Halifax Town. And FC Halifax Town will be bringing on their last sub. Centre-back Adam Senior coming on for Andy Oliver-Bory, and everyone can breathe a sigh of relief around Meadowbank. Oliver-Bory's off. Bob, he has terrorised Dorking all afternoon.
He has. Certainly he could have scored more than one goal this afternoon, and so far I'd say he's probably their player of the game because of the opportunities he's also had to extend the lead for Halifax. And what's interesting is that I think now Halifax are going into preservation mode. They've brought on a central defender at the expense of taking off one of their 2 goal scorers.
Gallagher, right and halfway, takes the throw on this near side. Header in field from Max Wright. Moore holds up the ball, gives it to Pryor. Pryor slips, gives it away to George. Now George looking to get down the left flank, now leaves it for Wright. Here come Halifax on the counter. Wright, shaped diagonally just beyond the D, squares it, and a shot over the bar from Tyler Golden. And Dorking vulnerable on the counter-attack. Understandably, they need to push men forwards. But again, Bob looked vulnerable there, and Golden, thankfully from a Dorking perspective, didn't have the finishing touch. Yeah,
Dan Gallagher at 6s and 7s there, and not being able to keep the fast-paced Halifax players at bay. And unfortunately for Halifax, they didn't extend their lead when Golden probably had a good opportunity to score himself.
Header in the centre circle, just over halfway from Craig. Moore beats in the air from Wright. Stretch and Jack Hunter just clears it forwards, and Mail hits it off Cook. Ball loops up in the air, and Mail just knees it away. Manages to find a teammate as well to relief for the Dorking goalkeeper. Nice feet from Hayden Hollis. On halfway to preserve the ball, and Blair gives it away. Here from Halifax, just beyond halfway. Hollis looking to hold it up, then slips. Contesting here with Alan George in front of the Halifax dugout. Hollis thought he should have got the free kick. It's gone in the opposite direction, though, to the delight of the visiting dugout and fans. And again, Halifax, I keep saying it, but they've managed the second half so well. They should be out of sight. The chances they've had the last couple of minutes. Cook with a shot scuff wide, and the right back Golden could have kept the shot down. But again, Halifax looking so threatening on the counter. Now they brought on Adam Senior to make it a back 3, make it even tougher for Dorking to try and break them down and get that equaliser. Free kick for Senior to take. Hits it diagonally towards the left corner of the area, headed from Wright, and out the box from McManus, only as far as Wright. Wright turns, plays it to Evans. Evans in field, and Cook just slips. He tried to turn now McManus into the feet of Moore. Moore over halfway. Is this an attack for Dorking? Moore into Pryor. This is looking promising. So Pryor's peeled out to the right side, slows it up though. The Dorking still have it. McManus inside right, 25 yards from goal. Still in the centre with Josh Taylor. Taylor now striding towards the area. Taylor inside the box, back out to Pryor. Pryor's low deflected cross. It's set up for Taylor. Taylor takes a shot. This right foot blocked, and it's out the box now. And Wright clears away for Halifax. But that was probably one of Dorking's most promising moments in the whole of the second half. A shot comfortably blocked in the end. 10 minutes to go then. Hit Meadowbank. Dorking trailing by 2-1. Can they get a crucial leveler just to give them something to take? Taylor and Dorking the throw. Taken in the attacking third. Taylor just hit that off his opposite number right. To Dan Gallagher to take the throw here for Wanderers. Gallagher short to Josh Taylor. Now holds it up on the right. Back to Gallagher. Lifts it towards the area. It's headed away from the visitors. Gallagher heads it back to Craig. Lets the ball bounce a couple of times. It's back with Harrison Mail. Mail, long ball up. Halifax need to deal with it. And they do. Square header away from Keane. As far as Blair though. Blair left side of the box. Blair's cross closed down and blocked from Senior. Back out to Blair. Blair turns, puts in a dangerous cross. Header up into the air. Now Briggs heads towards the back post. Halifax head it away. Here's Hollis on the ball. Hollis plays it short. And then a cross blocked. Falls on as far as Carter. Halifax clear away to George. Now George holds the ball up, and here's Cook on the counter-attack for Halifax. Sets it up here for Wright. It's going to be 3-1. Wright off the post and into the back of the net, and Halifax lead by 3-1. And Max Wright scores his second goal of the day. And Bob, Dorking just counter-attack there, and Halifax finally get that third goal.
Yeah, it was good hold up there by Aidan George there too, when he was all on his own on the halfway line and waited for his fellow troopers from Yorkshire to come up, and it was basically history after that, and poor Harrison Male didn't have much of a choice, and 3-1. It's deja vu to last weekend's result, the way things are currently.
Yeah, most certainly. Let's see how the game is going on between Crewe and Crawley. Gary Smith. So, Luke Moore to get us back underway. Let's go to the Crawley game. Gary Smith to update us there.
Yeah, 3 minutes to go of the 90 here. Still the home side lead by 1-0. Crawley had a decent spell of possession for the last 2 or 3 minutes. Didn't really make too many inroads, but it was good for them to just hold on to the ball. When the final ball came in, the flag went up on this near side, and the referee also blew for a free kick. But Adeyemo has come on. He's been a little bit tricky, but not really creating too many chances for Crawley at the moment. But whilst it's 1-0, there is still an opportunity that something might fall for a white-shirted player. But as it stands at the moment, Crewe 1, Crawley Town 0.
Hands on to it against Thompson Summers. Thank you very much, Gary. As Dorking in possession with Dan Gallagher. It feels a long way back for Dorking now. 6.5 minutes and all time to go, and they're 3-1 down to Halifax Town. Hooked away from Thompson Summers. Here's McManus, just in front of halfway. Square for Hollis. Hollis now down the left-hand side to Josh Taylor. Taylor infield to Moore. Now gives it to Gallagher. Nice play here from Dorking. Gallagher out here to Briggs. Can Briggs get a cross in? Briggs back to Gallagher. Midway inside the Halifax half. Square to McManus. McManus now looking to get into the box. McManus gets into the box and I'm not sure that was a shot or a cross. And we'll go to the Alton game now. They were leading 2-0 last time out. Are they still leading by 2-0, George Baines?
Yes, they are. It's still Alton 2, Shearwater 0, but there has been quite a flurry of changes for both sides in this second half. 4 substitutions each, I make it, including the goal scorer for Alton, Jamie Hoppett. He's gone off to be replaced by Anderson. I will correct myself. It was actually Tanner who got the first goal for Alton, Owen Tanner. That was after 60 minutes, which was that looping header from a corner that took forever to be taken. But yeah, Shearwater have huffed and puffed. Maybe the subs have got in their way a bit, but they did just have a great mazy run into the box by the number 6, by the defender or the midfielder Portbury, but he couldn't quite manage to find space, but he went all the way down the right hand side between about 3 players. Amazing dribble. If that had gone in, you never know. And then a free kick just after that didn't really make much, but it could have been 2-1. It's still 2-0, and it's Alton. It's going to make it 8 games unbeaten, but not a bad effort from Shearwater. 2-0 to Alton.
Takes a touch and then clears it forwards, and it's back to Harrison Male. Thanks for the update there, George. 5 minutes to go here at Meadowbank, and it's not good for Dorking Wanderers. They're 3-1 down here to FC Halifax Town, and now held up here from Cook into the feet of Golden. Golden down that right hand side as players run into the box. Golden has overlap and run as well. Golden cuts in, gives it to Cook. Cook square for Wright. He's on a hat-trick. Is this the moment? Wright straight at Male. Wright again, another save from Male. Brilliant work there for Harrison Male. And Hunt had a shot blocked from Gallagher. Still Halifax on the front foot here, and a shot from a tight angle for Alan George over the bar. And Bob, but at least Harrison Male didn't give up there because Dorking just cut open once more.
Yeah, I mean, you have to say Harrison Male this season has probably been their best play, because he has made some absolutely fantastic saves throughout the season so far to keep the way it is or help them win. And certainly, despite the fact they're 3-1 down, a couple of great reaction saves there to keep the score level as it is.
Briggs poor pass forwards inside right, comfortably intercepted there from Stott. Now here come Halifax Town with Wright. Wright slides that through towards the marauding Evans, left wing back in the box. Evans shot from a tight angle over the bar, and Halifax are just taking shots from anywhere now. They're so confident, and I think that they'll feel, although there is still 3.5 minutes and all time to go, I think they feel deep down they have this game nearly wrapped up. But Dorking have got to try and keep believing. They take a short goal kick, Male and Gallagher combine. Male left side of his box towards halfway, cleared forwards from Hunter. Picked up here, right inside from Adan George, midway inside the Dorking half. George has surrounded by red and white shirts and stopped in the tracks from Tony Craig, but it rolls to Hunter. Here's Golden. Golden just hanging on to the ball here for the visitors. Now trying to link up the Hunter, ball into the box, and McManus gets across the volley away with his left foot. 3 minutes to go here at Meadowbank. It's Dorking Wanderers 1, FC Halifax Town 3. Still Chesterfield 2, Eversley 2. Eastleigh got one back against Fylde. So big games at the bottom of the league. So that would be an unbelievable point for Eversley, but not good news for Dorking and Woking fans at all. Throw taken from Halifax, headed away from Hollis, and hook forwards from Taylor. So here is Halifax on the ball. Alton by way of defeat to Shearwater by 2-0. Reaction to that will be after 5 here at Meadowbank. Dorking Wanderers 1, FC Halifax Town 3. Just over 2 minutes of normal time remaining as Dorking are heading to another 3-1 defeat on home soil. And Halifax have it comfortably at the back with Stott diagonal. That's a really nice pass to Stott. Now is Golden. Golden clips the cross in towards Cook at the near post, headed away from McManus, only as far as Thompson-Summers. Just lets the ball bounce away from him, but he has so much time, manages to get onto it, pokes it back, a long ball forward from Golden, and Mail gets that catch there on the byline. Quickly releases it with his right foot towards Pryor. Dealt with comfortably there by Stott. Now Halifax have it with Golden, just by halfway, looping pass through the middle. Is George onside? The flag is up against Halifax striker. Just puts his hands on his head. He thought he wasn't off there, just looking at his reaction, but I did think he was a yard or two off. Correct decision in my opinion from the linesman. Free kick taken from Mail towards left hand side, headed forwards from Pryor. Had no one running into that left zone of the penalty area, and goal kick to Halifax Town. Just such a flat atmosphere here at Meadowbank, and I don't blame the fans at all. It's they've not been served up good afternoon's football, Bob.
No, they certainly haven't, and you have to wonder, potentially Dorking will be in the drop zone this evening if Woking win, and they're 5:30 kick-off against Hartlepool United, and that's certainly something Mark White won't be best pleased with.
Here's Cook, controls inside right now, looks to get into the area, but Hollis gets his toe end on the ball. That be a corner kick to Halifax. It certainly is. Did look like it came off the left foot of Hollis last. And Halifax now will probably just tick down the time. Again, 25 seconds of normal time remaining. As much as, again, from a Dorking perspective, you want to keep on believing. I think Halifax have got this game all but done now, and they deserve the 3 point. They'll deserve the 3 points as well. They've managed this game brilliantly when it's 2-1, and then they've sprung plenty of counter-attacks. And Max Wright getting 2 of the 3 goals. He's been excellent this afternoon. As Halifax now, as we just reached the 90th minute, and there'll be 6 minutes added on. Maybe some feet Dorking can get 2 goals in that time. And the short corner take from Halifax. Now it's Cook, right side of the box, holds it up. Thompson-Summers is number 4. It's straight at Mail. Now Dorking need to get this forward quickly if they're going to have any faint chance of getting something out of this. Long ball from Mail, easily headed away from Keane. And as far as Moore in the centre circle, squares it for Gallagher. It's back here for McManus. McManus under pressure from Alan George. Now to Gallagher. McManus just tells Gallagher to launch it long. Gallagher plays a pass on the full. Moore dummies it, had no one in behind him. Poor communication there. And now Halifax come away with the ball. That's a pass there from Stott towards Cook. Slightly overhit it. Can the striker get onto it? Cook race onto it on the far side. Keeps it in play with his right heel by the corner flag. Now plays it in field. Golden in the area. The right back. Golden just dispossessed. And now Dorking can come away with the ball. Good tackle from Blair. Blair caught late in the middle of the Halifax half and Thompson-Summers. Little push out there from Blair and Thompson-Summers. Not really much in that though. And Halifax, looks like that is Cook down on the far side. So the referee will come across towards him. By the way, Eversley have drew at Chesterfield. That is a big point for them down at the bottom of the league. So that means now Eversley are only 2 points under Dorking. They only trail Woking by points. They'll keep themselves right in this relegation battle. And Fylde still leading 2-1 at Eastleigh. 8 minutes of stoppage time gone there. By the way, bottom side, Oxford City 7-1 down at Dagenham and Redbridge. And they still have a few minutes to play there. 4 minutes into stoppage time. Altrincham beaten Rochdale by 3-0. Bournemouth have 1-0 against Maidenhead. And York defeated Southend by a 1-0 on the course. We allude to a few times on this commentary. Woking play Hartlepool later, and that's the chance to put Dorking inside the relegation zone. and you can listen to that game via the BBC Sports website. So 6 minutes of added-on time. We're 2 minutes into it. Harrison Mail, the free kick, just behind the centre circle. Out to the far side, and that evades Hollis and Pryor. And again, more time for Halifax to tick down. Again, Senior to take the throw. Just under midway inside Halifax's half. So Senior likely will just go long down the right line. And bounces into the Dorking half. That's a poor pass back there from Craig, and Mail clears. Crawley being defeated by Goldston away from Oak Crew. Again, the reaction to come from that game with Gary Smith. We have just over 3 minutes of stoppage time left here at Meadowbank. Dorking 1, Halifax 3. Cleared away from Gallagher, just over halfway. Now Moore lays it back to Taylor. Inside right, way inside the Halifax half. Taylor cuts in. Still Josh Taylor caught in possession though. And now Wright on the ball for Halifax. Max Wright just clears it forwards. Again, no one really run onto the ball now. George has come out to the left-hand side. Would he get onto it? He does brilliantly there. George just pokes that bit too far away from Jack Evans. It's back with Harrison Mail. Rolls it into Hayden Hollis. So we're just over halfway into the 6th of stoppage time at the end of this match. Hollis deflect the ball forwards. It's not been a good one for Dorking. 3-1 down. Over here to FC Halifax Town. Craig to Taylor. Faces his own goal just behind halfway. Now it's Dan Gallagher. Gallagher back to Mail. Mail takes one touch with his left foot to take out the D and then sets himself for a long diagonal pass, searching for Jason Pryor. He's beaten the air by Senior. Volleyed forward from Hollis. Header away from Keane. Now touch on the chest of McManus. On the stretch gives it to Taylor in the centre circle. Taylor squared to Gallagher. Dawkins still just in front of halfway. Gallagher gets out of his feet quickly to Briggs. Briggs holds the ball up and loses it eventually against Hunter. Hunter back here for a stop just to clear it long towards the centre circle. 2 minutes stoppage time left here at Meadowbank. Header from Craig bounces to the path of Keane. Keane's header intercepted by Moore in the centre circle. Now leaves it for Taylor. Taylor left-footed to Gallagher just in front of halfway. Forwards to Briggs, back to Gallagher. Dawkins still just inside of Halifax half. Gallagher was looking for McManus there, went beyond him, but again plenty of time for Craig to collect it in the centre circle. Hollis now to Blair. Blair's pass couldn't find a teammate. Now it's picked up from Golden. Golden to George. George turns away. Is there time for number 4 for Halifax? Well, George is away. Is it going to be 4-1? Sliding tackle there on Alan George, and Niall McManus getting back in the nick of time. And Bob, you have to credit McManus there. Saved Dorking conceding another.
That was a crucial interception and a well-timed one by McManus, bearing in mind it was in the penalty area. One missed step, and it could have been a fourth goal potentially with a penalty being awarded.
So Dorking have a throw. We're in the last minute of stoppage time here at Meadowbank. It's Dorking Wanderers 1, FC Halifax Town 3. And a long ball forwards. Harrison Mail, you get all the reaction, final whistles coming up after 5, and it's a foul there from Matt Briggs. Committed on Max Wright. Doesn't look like he'll get his hat-trick. So again, you can get all the reaction shortly after this game has concluded. Again, what happened between Crewe and Crawley, where it finished Crewe 1, Crawley 0. Also get reaction with George Baines and Alton won 2-0 against Shearwater. So Alton are the only victors today. As I mentioned, Crawley defeated by a goal to 0, and we're just 15 seconds away from Dorking's defeat to FC Halifax Town being confirmed. 10 seconds of stoppage time left. Dorking 1, Halifax 3, and Halifax have a free kick midway inside their half. Goalkeeper and skipper Sam Johnson take it. Gallagher heads down, lifted up from Hunter towards the area. George can't hold the ball up, headed away from Dorking. It finds Josh Taylor from that Tony Craig header. Halifax have it back on the far side. Golden to Senior. Here's Keane. Keane under pressure here from his opposite number Carter. Senior back into the old shot area. A nice sunset here at Meadowbank. Long ball forwards from Johnson. Breaks here to Moore. Moore loses possession against Cook with the help of Thompson Summers holding off his man with 30 seconds over the 6th of stoppage time. Everyone at Meadowbank now just wants Elliot Swallow to blow his final whistle. Here's Golden. Cook, right side of the area. Facing the byline. Cook now exits the 18-yard box, just hanging on to the ball. Surely now we're seconds away from the final whistle at Meadowbank. Thompson Summers just in front of the centre circle. Thompson Summers back here to Evans. And finally, the final whistle has gone at Meadowbank. It's finished Dorking Wanderers 1, FC Halifax Town 3. Before we head back to the studio, Bob, your reaction on that game?
Well, I suppose it was the right result. I mean, certainly Halifax were the better team over the 90 minutes. One has to wonder, though, that's Dorking's 10th home defeat this season. We've still got a few games to go at the Meadowbank, and when you look at the 4 teams that were relegated last season, I alluded to at half time, Yeovil were relegated, they only lost 9. Torquay, they got relegated, they lost 10, so they're kind of on an even keel now with Torquay as far as their home record is concerned. There's a lot for Mark White to do if he's going to turn around his side and keep them in the National League for a 3rd successive season, and bearing in mind they've got 3 road trips, it's going to be difficult.
Yeah, thank you very much, Bob. So a really tough afternoon for Dorking Wanderers, and here of Halifax Town, Max Wright with 2 of the 3 goals. So congratulations to Halifax on the 3 points. Full-time at Meadowbank, Dorking Wanderers 1, FC Halifax Town 3. Back to you in the studio, Tim.
Yeah, great commentary from Bob and Tom. Thank you for that. But the disappointment, a 17th defeat of the season for Dorking. 3-1 at home today. We'll go through all the scores, reaction, the stories of the day from the Premier League with Sophia in 10 minutes, reaction from all our featured games. But let's nip to the full-time. So Crawley up at Crewe, full-time Gary Smith.
Yeah, full time here at the Mournflake Stadium. It's Crewe 1, Crawley Town 0. Crawley were a little bit toothless, but they were doing things very, very well to keep Crewe at bay until the 61st minute when fullback Rio Adebisi fired in from inside the 6-yard box after some great work over on the right-hand side. And strangely enough, that was Crewe's only attempt on target. We were goalless at the break. Kelly had a free kick that fired just over the bar. Campbell had a shot saved for Crawley when maybe he should have done a little bit better. Elliot Nevitt, their top scorer, had a couple of chances where maybe he should have done better, but ultimately the chance that came along for Adebisi after 61 minutes, as I say, was Crewe's only shot on target, but it was ultimately the one that decided the game. It finishes Crewe 1, Crawley Town 0. 4,189 people here to see it. 118 fans from Sussex coming up to see this one, but they are all going home bitterly disappointed. The points go the way of the railway men. It's Crewe 1, Crawley Town 0.
Great stuff. Thank you very much indeed to Gary. Disappointment reaction hopefully from Crawley in the next half hour or so. Sutton United beaten by Morecambe at their 7 points adrift. Let's go to Alton Town where Alton have won. Quick update, quick full time from George Bates.
Thanks, Tim. Yes, welcome back to Alton Town, where the sun has now set over to straight ahead actually, over to the west, overlooking the town of in Hampshire, on the 3G pitch of Alton, where it was a fantastic game actually, very, very end-to-end stuff. More of the chances, more of the kind of, how can I put it, the play was in the first half, but the goals coming in the second half, and as soon as Alton got that 2-0 lead, they did kind of sit on that lead very, very well and looked like they'd been well drilled in defending it. Incidentally, I say, Jamie Hoppett getting that second to kind of secure the victory. I believe he's only got 1 goal across the whole season until now, but today he looked like probably the best player, both the best attacker from the Alton side of things. Him with the first goal, and then with the second goal. And then Tanner, that was it, with the first. The first came from a corner over to the left-hand side that I said took ages to be taken, around an hour. It was an hour or so into the game, half an hour into the second half. A few subs were taken. He swung it in and it pinged around the 6-yard box, and eventually Tanner kind of read the flight of it, stooped his head and almost backwards headed it into the far corner. That took Shearwater by surprise, because at that point they were doing well. And then, as I say, within a minute or 90 seconds later, it was Jamie Hoppett's turn to make it to fantastic crossfield pass from the near side over the centre backs. He beat his fullback Jamie Hoppett, and all he had to do was chip it over the oncoming keeper, and he side-footed it over, got the height just right into the bottom corner. As I say, Shearwater both sides made 4 to 5 changes. Towards the end, the Shearwater midfielder managed to wriggle his way down the right past about 4 players, but couldn't quite find some space to get his shot away. So they did have chances towards the end, Shearwater. Considering where they are in the table, though, they've been in this league now. This is their 4th season in this league, and they've had 3 management teams. They didn't put up not bad an effort, to be quite honest. and from Oulton's point of view, a great 3 points for them, so they're pushing on into the playoff places, not far behind those above them, such as Knapp Hill, our other local side. So as I say, full time here at Oulton at the Network Stadium. It's Oulton Town 2, Shearwater 0.
George, thank you very much indeed. Reaction from our feature games all coming up, but at 7 minutes past 5, it's time for the final whistle.
All the reaction from the big match. This is the final whistle.
Yeah, disappointing afternoon so far for our local teams. Defeat for Crawley in League 2 by a goal to nil up at Crewe. Crawley slipped to 15th, they're now 8 points off the playoffs. Sutton United still 7 adrift off safety. Are they heading back to the National League? They lost 1-0 at Morecambe this afternoon. In National League, a 17th defeat of the season then for Dorking.
Cook on the counter-attack for Halifax, sets it up here for Wright. It's going to be 3-1, Wright off the post and into the back of the net. And Halifax lead by 3 goals to 1.
Charlie Carter got them back in the game, but then 2 goals after that for Halifax to seal the win. Drama elsewhere, though, in the National League. Not great news towards the bottom of the table. There were a draw. Ebbsfleet getting a point up at Chesterfield this afternoon, and AFC Fylde, remember one of the strugglers this evening, winning at Eastleigh. So Woking slip into the bottom 4. They though kick off at 5:30. Bryn Lucas, our man, at the Laithwaite Community Stadium.
The bottom 4 with results going against them today. 2 wins in the last 3 show that they have the tools they need to get out of this, but they need their first back-to-back win, the last one coming at the end of August. Michael Doyle's starting to get his players performing as he wants, so the seeds are being sown. Hartlepool on the other end, well, they've got a new manager as well. Kevin Phillips presides over his 5th game in charge here today. He's overseen 2 wins in the last 2. They're looking to stabilise in front of around 250 travelling fans. Woking needing to climb out of the mire they're in right now. This one feels like a big one for both clubs.
Full live radio commentary online at BBC Surrey Sport. You can get the link on Twitter. You can find it on BBC Sounds. You can find it on the BBC Sport website on the Live Guide app. And we'll talk to Bryn and Ian Nicholson in the next 5 minutes or so after Sophia's full bulletin from the sport. The headlines, though, in the Premier League: Liverpool are top as they come from behind. Man City win earlier today. Brighton pip late as they lose. Big win for Sheffield United. All the scores with Sophia to come in the next few minutes. Elsewhere, we'll round up all the rugby. England underway, but they're trailing by 7 points to 0 to Wales. Earlier, a dramatic defeat for Scotland against France. Those are the headlines in the sporting stories. We'll preview the Guildford Flames tonight. That's coming up, and we'll have reaction from all our feature football.
The sound. The sound. The sound. The sound of Surrey.
Good afternoon, Saturday sport. So all our live football bar one game over for the day. We have the big one, surely. It's National League commentary, Woking at home to Hartlepool. We won't have full radio commentary this afternoon, but it will be online from 5:30. Let's go across to the Laithwaite Community Stadium, where Bryn Lucas has been joined by our summariser Ian Nicholson.
Yeah, thanks very much, Tim. I mean, you could try and tune in on other TV networks, but why would you do that when you can listen to myself and to Ian Nicholson bringing you all the commentary here on BBC?
Far superior service.
Exactly that, that's right. Ian, you've watched quite a few games over the last few weeks, and it seems like Michael Doyle, the manager, is starting to get his players to perform the way he wants them to.
Yeah, I like what he's done. I like the players he's brought in. I think you can see what he's trying to do. He's by his own admission, he's brought in younger players, feeling that the squad, although it had very good players in it, was unbalanced. Probably, so he's bringing a bit more youthful energy, if you like, alongside the more experienced names. So certainly at Oldham and on Tuesday against Oxford, it was you saw really good performances.
Now, the team have fallen into the bottom four again with the way the results have gone here today, just 1 point away from safety. So it's really important that they start to get these wins. And I mentioned just about 5 minutes ago with Tim that they haven't had back-to-back wins at all this season, apart from the end of August. So it's not something Woking have been doing much, but they've come off of a decent 2-0 win last time out.
Yeah, they did. And I mean, the home form has been, well, bizarre actually. You know, not to have won a home game since August, I think, to have broken that hoodoo, if you like. So now there's another hoodoo that needs to be broken. And the thing is, there's still quite a bit of the season to go, so it doesn't all hinge on today. But it's always nervy when you see that you're in the bottom four and you start catastrophizing in your mind as to what could happen. So it's important they put in a good performance today and also get something out of the game.
Yeah, but you say, I mean, there's still plenty of games to go, but it's horrible if you lose one, you lose the next, you lose the next. All of a sudden, the games start to whittle away. Michael is a calm sort of guy who seems to be a calm kind of guy. You've got to know him over the last few weeks a bit more than you probably knew him before.
Yeah, he's very level-headed. He's very respectful, and but yeah, he's calm. He doesn't show a huge amount of emotion, but I think you can see the difference if the result doesn't go his way, and when there's a win, there's a very different. He was very pleased and very relieved, I think, on Tuesday to have broken that duck.
And against Oxford City, that was one of the big ones they need to beat. You don't want to lose against a relegation rival. We've mentioned the TV cameras are here today, so the players are going to be lifted by that one, trying to maybe get their eyes in front of some big teams that are going for the future. But these really have got to get themselves through this one and make sure they get themselves out of the relegation zone.
Yeah, and I think that's where the older players really come in, because most of them will have been in this situation at one time or another during their career, and they know what it's like. It's a very different pressure to be when you're near the top. You know, it's as if it's a negative pressure, and you've got every game you're looking at the table, and then there's another one to come. So it is. It's a horrible cliche, isn't it? Taking a game at a time, but I think so far he's done well.
It's a cliche for a reason. We like a cliche. Before we hand back to Tim, very quickly, a word on Hartlepool United, because they are a team that got relegated from League 2 into the National League at the end of last season. Kevin Phillips is in charge. He's only in charge for his 5th game, this one here, but they're on 2 back-to-back wins as well, so they're also tending to get some results and play the way he wants.
Yeah, and their form has definitely picked up. They were really struggling before John Askey left, and they've certainly got a few results, got some very experienced names in. I was chatting to one of their backroom staff, and the pitch here is excellent, and the pitch at Hartlepool isn't so great. So I think he was saying to his team, we can play a bit more football here at Woking than we would normally do on our Bobley pitch up north. So it'll be interesting to see whether that happens and whether Woking let that happen.
Yeah, no bobbles in Surrey. Thanks very much, Ian. Tim, we will bring you the commentary at 5:30.
Cannot wait. Great stuff. That's Bryn and Ian. Full live commentary online on our National League game, our final one of the day. Already today, defeat for Dorking, and a number of their rivals got points, as you heard Bryn and Ian discussing. So Chesterfield held by Ebbsfleet, a win for Fylde. It's getting very tight down the bottom. Can Woking get a really vital 3 points and move themselves away again? That then is our local football. More reaction to come between now and 6 o'clock. Time for the other sporting stories of the day with Sophia.
All the reaction from the big match. This is the final whistle.
And let's start with football and the results from the Premier League. It finished Manchester City 2, Everton 0, Fulham 3, Bournemouth 1, Liverpool 3, Burnley 1, Luton 1, Sheffield United 3, Tottenham Hotspur 2, Brighton 1 and Wolves 0, Brentford 2. At 5:30, Nottingham Forest play Newcastle. In local rugby in National 2 East, Esher were up against Bury St Edmunds, where it finished Esher 60, Bury St Edmunds 15. And locally again, it finished Dorking 42, Canterbury 22. Elsewhere in rugby in the Six Nations, Scotland lost to France by 20 points to 16 at Murrayfield. Scotland thought they had a try on the final whistle, but after 5 minutes of deliberation it was deemed unclear and had to be disallowed. Meanwhile, England are playing Wales at Twickenham, and a short while ago it was England 5, Wales 7. And in cricket, Indian batter Virat Kohli will miss the rest of the Test series against England for personal reasons. The 35-year-old ex-captain previously withdrew from the first 2 tests. The series are tied at 1-1. In tennis, Britain's Harriet Dart faces former world number 1 Karolina Pliskova in the semi-finals of the Transylvania Open this afternoon. It's the furthest Dart has ever got in a WA Tour event. A few moments ago, Dart was trailing by 1 set to love and by 2 games to love. In ice hockey, the Guildford Flames welcome the Dundee Stars at 6 o'clock. And finally, in basketball, the Surrey Scorchers are taking on the Plymouth Raiders at the Surrey Sports Park, and that match has just got underway. We'll have another update in our bulletins tomorrow.
Wonderful stuff, Sophia. Thank you. Good afternoon. If you've just tuned in, let's give you a quick summary of where we are then. So today's stories: Crawley Town beaten by a goal to nil in League Two. They dropped to 15th. The gap now 8 points for them to the playoffs. Remember, they were relegation fodder last season but stayed up. So to be where they are is still fantastic, but they will be disappointed. 2 defeats in a row in 8 days. Sutton also lose again. Are they heading back to the National League, beaten by a goal to nil by Morecambe up at Christie Park today? In the National League, Dorking beaten by Halifax. They slipped to 20th, and Woking for the time being just kicking off online in 9 minutes time for you. They are inside the bottom 4, but a point or a win would probably take them out of that. We'll get some reaction from our feature game in the Combined Counties League today. Farnham Town, their game was postponed due to a waterlogged pitch, so we went to Alton instead and saw the playoff chasers get a vital 2-0 win this afternoon. Reaction from that, from Crawley, and we'll hear about the great win by the Flames midweek. That's all coming up between now and Leah Ulf and BBC Upload at 6, and Melita and the team with the BBC introducing Best Onside Bands in the South coming up at 8.
BBC Radio Surrey.
Good afternoon. Coming up, a reminder, reaction from our featured football, and then at 6 it's Leah Ulf with BBC Upload, and then it's Melita with BBC Introducing. So the local sport elsewhere tonight, underway now at the Surrey Sports Park. The Surrey Scorchers are underway against the Plymouth Raiders. In ice hockey tonight, it's a home game at 6 if you're on your way for the Guildford Flames. They take on the Dundee Stars. So let's hear then from Paul Dixon, the head coach. I was at the Spectrum on Wednesday when they got the big win, 6-3 against the Glasgow Clan. That's put them in their first Challenge Cup final for it's nearly 7 years, since 2018, their first final. And only their second ever, and their first final, say, since 2017. They are through this after being pipped to the league regular title last season, and of course losing that final 7 years ago down in Cardiff. So nice result for them, but not easy. They only just hung on against Glasgow Clan in the end. Here's Paul.
Yeah, no, I mean, it always is, isn't it? It's a semi-final of the Cup, but no, credit to the boys. I thought we played well. I thought all departments. I thought obviously our netminding was good. The defence were good tonight, and forwards when they had the chance, we were clinical. And you know, I think Glasgow made it hard. They're a very good hockey team, big, physical. But I thought we handled that well tonight, and we used our speed well against them. And just really happy with the 60-minute performance from that team. And you know, we've put a lot of hard work in over the last few months, and that's your reward. And you know, we're off to the final.
Well, handling it well, I think, was the key, wasn't it? Up here as well in the head.
Yeah, it is, absolutely. I mean, you know, I think the first couple of minutes of the first period, we did look a little bit nervous, but that's to be expected. You know, I think it's one game away from a final, and that's what we play for. So again, you know, I think the goal settled us down, and I think once we scored that goal, we settled into the game, and it was it seemed to settle a lot of us down from there, and we started to play some good hockey after that.
Spoke to the fans, and some of them did mention the end of last season, how that hurt, and how this in a way is nice. It's a little bit of sort of retribution, really, just to get to a final.
Yeah, it is. I mean, this is what we play for. You know, you play to put yourself in positions where you can win trophies, and that's what we've done here tonight. We did it. I think it was it 2019. We were in the Challenge Cup against Belfast. So you know,
I was there.
Yeah. I thought unlucky on the night there, but we're off to Sheffield, and it's a one-game final. Sheffield are red hot at the minute, but I think if we go up there, worry about ourselves and play our game, then why not?
You mentioned playing Belfast in Cardiff. It was a Sunday. You had thousands of fans down there. It's going to be a little different at Sheffield, isn't it? They're booking out the place. It's going to be pretty much them and a few of you.
Yeah, but I think over the last couple of years we've played well in that rink. We've had some really good performances in there, and I know we've only been up there once this year, and we have an overtime win in there. Yeah, it's a home advantage, but I think sometimes you can use that in your favour as well, as if you can silence that crowd. If you can silence that crowd, and they start to get nervy, and they might turn on the team, and then the pressure's on Sheffield if you can do that. And we've been in them situations before, and we'll be the underdog going into that game, and sometimes you can draw good energy from that.
Finally, do you get any pressure to win a trophy here? Because you had to step up to the Elite League. You've been so close, you've done so well, the performances so quickly in this league. You're now one of the top 12. You're not just making up the numbers.
Yeah,
but a trophy it's sort of the bottom currency, isn't it?
That's why I'm here. That's why I played. That's why I'm coaching. That's why I'm in the game still. My goals haven't changed. We want to win. We want to win trophies, and like you say, I don't need any pressure from anybody else, because I put enough pressure on myself in a good way to win that, to win a trophy. And I think if you didn't have that, then I would be questioning why I'm here, and I'm here for the right reasons, and somewhere along the line here I think we've got to believe that this club can win trophies in this league, and we've got a good foundation here again, so we're moving in the right direction here, and I think you can see there every year the team gets stronger, and we want to be at the top end of the table as well, and then you want to be in these one-off games for the finals, and so far we've put ourselves there. There's only two teams right now can win that Challenge Cup, and that's ourselves and Sheffield.
2 more games this weekend though. It's straight back, because the playoffs are key, aren't they?
Yeah, it's nice. I mean, it's nice that we've got 2 home games this weekend. There's no travel, so I shouldn't be stood here on Sunday night saying we didn't have any energy because of the travel. So no, it'd be nice, 2 home games, but yeah, we'll enjoy tonight. They get a day off tomorrow, and then we'll be back to it on Friday, going over a few things for the weekend, and get ready for 2 hard games here on Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah, good luck to the Flames tonight. They play Dundee. They're in action again tomorrow night as well, also at the Spectrum, and that final is, of course, up in Sheffield.